Hello.
And Vinny.
Hello.
All right. So, is everybody ready?
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
Understandable. I'm ready though.
Can I
did
roll
my
a what
preparation.
D100 to decide if I'm ready?
Go for it. If you roll a natural 1,
You
I'm gonna
die.
give you I'm gonna give you random disadvantage at some point during this session. Okay, no, that's fine.
53. Ready? Here comes 100.
He's about average. All right.
Oh,
I should
Here
just
comes
do
100.
that. I should just do that. Have you all roll D100s, and if you can roll under your
Oh.
level, you just get inspiration.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm game.
Oh?
Nope.
No. All right. Who's in tabletop? Who
I'm
hasn't
still loading it
rolled?
up.
I'm loading
Let's do
in.
Uh-huh.
I am loading in.
Hold on. Let me roll for myself real quick. Yep,
Nope.
under my level.
Yeah, no.
His
rolls
power
a nine-
level.
rolls
It's
a
over
97.
9,000.
It rolls a 97. Yep, it's still under my level.
I could just have it be based on age, but then Jamie would have a clear advantage over the rest of
Come
us.
on. My grandfather is playing actually.
Ow. I mean, that was some hurtful words. A clear advantage
I'm
like
actually in a
this.
sort of Benjamin Button situation, Chris.
That's
Right. D
hundo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Right. What level are we? Like
Three.
3.
So it's low chances, but I'd be willing to.
Oh, it's
Oh,
close.
Oh, it's close.
Very close.
It was
Zero.
close.
He rolled 61, but it rolled off of 0-0.
Oh,
So, yeah, well, it's what it is.
I'm loading in. Still.
Oh, that's my dad's age.
Close. What, 19.
Oh dear.
Pretty
Whoa.
close to be.
You're older than your dad. That's disturbing.
Well, you
Alright,
know,
Inferno.
Benjamin Button, right?
I.
Oh.
You know what? I'd like to
And
petition
Inferno?
for other Jamie
one
to get inspiration due to the sheer long delay on him getting that joke.
No, that's not how that works. All right, 24. No one gets inspiration this
It was
session.
really funny.
All right. So, everyone's here now. Good. Wakey, wakey, everyone. Honestly, you lot are so lazy sometimes. You've got a game to be had here after all. Anyway, last time the party known as... Oh, right, you haven't got a name yet. Well, Cat, Damien, Kay, Lloyd, Romulus and Vinny all fought against the mana beetles that attacked them after their little investigation had gone a little bit off the beaten path. And with the successful survival and escape of said party, they have made their way back to Trendrill's Rest, receiving some guidance on matters at hand and preparing to venture out to Bevot's Manor, for better or for worse. After the prior day's excitement, and each of you lying within your own bed, some more exhausted than others, as the first to wake from her slumber is Cat. You wake to see your book on your lap, despite not falling asleep with it. The sounds of rain and wind can be heard from outside as it bustles and patters against the windows of your room. Yet the refreshing air creeps in through a light draft through the room's window. What would you like to do?
Okay. I need to quickly make this rune. Hang on, my book? Where did I... Okay, I'm gonna open my book. Was I reading anything? Realising it's my spell book.
You look inside and you begin to flip through the pages, and you note that none of the spells are the same.
I don't
Yet you understand them.
remember... I mean, this is broken down to the fundamentals of... Oh my gosh. I think I understand. Okay. Restructure the spells. Oh, I've got an idea. Get out of bed. Go over to Romulus and just grab him by one of the horns and go check. Romulus! 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 Can I have 50 gold?
What?
Please? Please? Please?
Why?
Magic.
Could I
This is
ask
like it-
why?
Well, if I went down to say, basically, I've completely broken my spells apart and I can rewrite them into different components so I can actually use them to, you know, different functions, it's probably going to go a little bit over your head. Can I have 50 gold, please?
I don't. Well, actually, I do have 50 gold on me.
You do?
Probably.
You had the money that was in the box.
Yes. It's still in the box. Can
No,
I
it's
actually?
not, because I've got
No,
the
it is.
box. It's got syringes in it.
No, it doesn't. I've got the coins from. Oh wait, no, I do. I've written coin box in here. I think I meant coins from box. Let me just get that. There we go. Okay. Yes, I have the coinage. How many coins were actually in there, Chris? Because I don't think we ever.
You
actually
haven't counted them yet. You haven't found time to.
I'm going to count them now, and I'm going to make.
You're going to wake up early.
Yeah. Well.
If you
Have
wake up
I-
early, you lose one of the hit count that you took because you were taking a long rest.
You can
Oh,
go back to
God.
sleep. I just need 50 gold.
I can't count it out. Look, count this out, and anything you take comes out of your share of it. All right.
Okay.
There we go.
Right. Just
Um,
chucks down a
if there's
bag
not
of
eno-
money. Huh? Right.
This is why
Okay.
it turns out her share is bigger.
Okay. No, I'm just going to give him a kiss on the forehead and go over to the table.
I hate everything. Romulus just slumps back into unconsciousness.
Okay. So you have the bag of coin currently. You
Mhm.
take it over to the table. Do you begin counting out, or do you just grab what you need?
I'll count it out, just in concerns that maybe there isn't enough for the 50. Got to make sure that that divides.
Okay. You otherwise begin to count out, and you find 200 gold pieces worth of coinage in there, and a mixing between silver, gold, and platinum, with only a few platinum pieces in there.
200. 200 divided by 5 is... Oh my god, Jamie's failing now. What is happening here?
40.
Yeah, okay. I have 10. Okay, I'm gonna
I
take...
shouldn't have corrected you on that.
yeah. No, I'm gonna take...
That's part of it.
No, cat wouldn't be deceptive like that. I am gonna take 40 out, put the rest back in the bag, and I'll use 10 of my own.
Roll me an intelligence check. Whether this is intentional, I don't know.
11?
There are 6 of you, not 5.
Okay, so in reality, you want 33.
Look, I
Nah.
listened to last session. I was told that none of you loved Damien. I was clearly left out of that calculation.
That or K was. I wasn't sure which.
Okay, I need to clear up my rationale behind this. Was I looked at the names on the side, saw there were 6. Thought, oh, Cat's my character, so how many other people have got to divide it by? Completely forgot.
I'm taking 40 gold, but excluding myself from the calculation.
Yeah,
You could-
okay.
I mean, you could just take the 50 gold and then divide it by 5 and give everybody else 30. It rounds a lot better.
You know
We're
what?
not going to know the difference.
You know what? No one is gonna know, are they? And Robin's asleep. Okay, I'm gonna be cheeky. No, can I do this? Right, 3 to 6
I'd like a counter. One crime has been committed by Cat.
Well,
Chris,
we'll,
make this happen.
we'll see.
One
3
whole crime.
3 to 6, I'll do it. 1 to 4 to 6.
No,
I'll do
1,
it.
2, you won't. No, it's fine. 3 to 6 is good odds.
Well, I'm doing it, aren't I? So, yeah, I'm gonna
Yep.
take the
Chris,
50
Chris, make me a
gold.
counter. Make me a counter, Chris.
Oh.
I want a Cat crime counter.
I'm not having it on this stream. I'll just. Oh, I'll
Actually, you know what,
I'll
let's
make a
have-
document. Hold on.
You know what? Even better, Chris. Make a little box which just constantly replays loops of Cat's crimes, and we'll call it CCTV.
No.
That right there is the sound of a man wishing he could take inspiration off of me.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, I'll just negate the next one you get.
Mhm. Right.
Fair.
So I will take the 50 gold and I'm going to go over to my book got to go chuck the rest of the coins back in the bag and put them to one side.
Very good. I've noted it down.
Nice.
Along with all other crimes the party will commit over the course of this campaign, I will be noting down. Because it's fun.
This is just.
I did not eat
future.
that.
This is just future crimes, right?
Hmm?
This is just future crimes, right?
Oh yeah,
God.
I'm not accounting for
okay,
ones
I'm
you've done in your backstory.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
please
I'd have 2 documents by now.
Wow.
Look, not all of you come from good backgrounds. Not even you, Damien.
Hmm.
All right. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, Final's just like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
that's
yeah.
right.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
you have your 50 gold. You put the other 150 back in the bag.
So I'm going to take the clasp of my cloak
Mhm.
and rest that on the table. I'm going to use the 50 gold. I'm going to lift or attempt and put Cychania underneath my spellbook and see if I can lift a rune out magically. And see if I can imbue it into the clasp of my cloak.
Okay. As you have Sochania under your spellbook, and you watch as there is a light glow as you attempt to do this. The process takes a while, and it's a bit inaccurate at first. But as you otherwise place your hand, kind of pinning the cloak between the spellbook and you begin to slowly move it around, and almost like a laser printer, begin to form these runes across the surface of your cloak, which then sink into it and blend in with the colouring of the cloak itself. What are you specifically imbuing it with?
Detect thoughts.
Okay, this will use up 3 spell points due to the initial casting of this, and go
Mhm.
ahead and roll me a d3,
One,
which should just be a d6, and you take half.
Alright, okay. Cool, because I was looking for a nice.
Cool. It has 3 charges.
Cool. Excellent. I need to put that into my attuned
Mm-hmm.
thing.
You do indeed.
Probably gonna need your help with that at some point.
That's fine.
Okay,
Yep.
and then for my last hour, before everyone starts waking up, I'm going to make one more cleansing rune.
Okay. Okay, you begin to set that up and prepare that. Okay, in the interim, while Kat, you're busy working on this and preparing ahead of time with what's to come. Let's see, who's next to wake up? Vinny, you otherwise wake from your slumber. You otherwise kind of sit up. You can see the window is closed. You can see Kay is currently fast asleep on the other, kind of huddled up and snuggled into the pillows on the other side of the room. You can see your things to one side. You can hear the sound of what looks to be the light trotting of Kat as she moves about. But the only other thing you hear is the wind and the rain. What would you like to do?
Well, I would like to be ready to leave as soon as possible, because I think there's some time sensitivity, so I'm going to go and have breakfast.
Okay. You head downstairs, and you otherwise see your resident innkeeper there. He's currently kind of resting on the countertop with the sound of someone moving around. He kind of looks up and goes, "Ah, good to see somebody's awake. You wanting some food nice and early, sir?"
Oh, yes, please. I'm hoping to head out quite early today.
Fair enough. Will your companions be having breakfast as well once they're awake?
I suspect so, yes.
All right.
Probably not a good idea not to eat.
I'll say simple breakfast, put you back. I'll say 2 copper, unless you want to pay for your whole lot, in which case I'll make it a silver.
Yeah, why not? Let's save time. I will hand over a silver piece.
Okay. All right, cool. And I'll get you your breakfast, and I'll prepare something for when your companions are up and ready.
Brilliant. Hopefully they shouldn't be too long.
Hopefully so. Okay. While you're waiting, could I have everyone make a Constitution saving throw, please? Because I forgot I needed to do that at the beginning of the session.
Oh, cocks.
Okay, that is 17.
I don't feel healthy today. I don't feel like my con is gonna go well. You know when you just expect something to go wrong.
Okay. To disguise the real DC, anybody under 15?
I got a
Yes.
13.
100% under 15.
I got a 7.
7.
I got a 4.
4. Okay. And Dane?
13.
Big grip.
Damien, as a general note, if I ever ask you to do these in the future, you don't need to do them because I forgot you're immune to disease as
Oh,
you
yeah.
are
I
as
remember.
you are now a 3rd level paladin. So
Gotcha.
I don't need to worry about that now.
Yeah.
Disease.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Light skin. Some of you can still contract it. So
All right. I had mine removed, right? Yeah.
you had yours removed, yeah, but you can still contract it if you weren't properly cleaned off or anything, or there was something that exposed you to it, depending on the situation that you guys ended up following. So, but I have to have everyone roll to disguise who the ones who are actually infected are.
Sure.
My nodules feel inflamed.
You're not awake yet, you don't know.
Oh, Romulus chokes
Hey,
to death. to sleep.
Romulus,
That's
are you
unfortunate.
dying?
What? What? Who? Where? What? No. Why?
Okay. With with you being able to hear that upstairs, Damien, you are the next to awake from your particular room.
Right. I look over towards Lloyd.
Who is currently fast asleep.
Cool. Okay. I sort of sit up on the side of my bed. I make a prayer, as normal in the morning. Just sort of a little sort of blessing, almost. Hope the mornings be good. Hoping the day will be good. Get up. Put on the little bits of armor that are easy to put on, because I suspect some bits will be a bit more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna gently open the door and make my way down for breakfast.
Okay. You quietly as you can prepare yourself as to not disturb Lloyd before you begin to make your way down the stairs, to which you see Vinny currently sat by one of the tables, fresh plate of breakfast in hand, currently busy eating it down as he looks up and the two of you make eye contact with the sound of the wind and rain outside.
Morning.
Morning. You feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling fit as a fiddle.
That's good. You're going to be good to head off relatively early. I think we should
Yes, I
check out
have
this manor.
I have a plan in my mind, but
Oh, excellent. You're doing better than I am. Then.
are we waiting for everybody?
I was going to run around and wake them up if they're too long, but I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave without them.
No, I suppose you're right. I know that time's of the essence, so I was thinking of taking my steed. Was that audible? Sorry.
Yes, I suppose you could. It's. I mean, you've certainly shown you're capable of looking after yourself.
I mean, I don't have to go on my own. I know that time is of the
No,
essence,
true.
but I mean, I'd like to get there as soon as we can. I don't know if anybody else has got. Well, I know Lloyd's got a horse. Has anybody else got a horse?
Not anymore. No.
Okay. That might be something that might be worth discussing. Perhaps not right now, but something to discuss later.
Not to interrupt, you looking for some food?
Ooh. Hi, Master Halligan. Yes, please.
Just Halligan, please. Yes, your companion here has already paid, so I'll grab you his food right away.
Oh, many thanks. Thank you, Vinny. That's very kind of you.
No worries. No worries. What's the point of having money if you can't spend it?
I guess. I'm gonna sit down next to Vinny and wait for my plate to appear.
Okay. It's not long before your plate of morning breakfast foods of varieties of either bacons or salads and cereals are brought to you. Buttered breads and the other way the plate is placed in front of you. Kind of, not Halligan nods to you, turns, and otherwise heads back to the countertop where he otherwise just kind of begins to lean against it again, seemingly poring over a book. Okay. Anything else you'd like to talk about while waiting, or
I don't
how long
think
do you intend to wait?
So I probably what I'll do is I will eat my food, wait maybe 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna have to go up because I'm gonna put in the rest of my armor. So I'm gonna have to check on Lloyd.
Okay. You head up. You can see Lloyd is still fast asleep.
Can I struggle into these last bits or not? Well, maybe I can, and if I accidentally wake him with the noise, that'll be beneficial. I'm gonna try and struggle into my remaining bits of armor.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh no, why is my passive perception so high?
Well, I think things are bad.
3.
That'll be a 3.
Okay. I will let you decide the outcome here. You can either spend extra time trying to don your heavy armor as you're getting to the difficult parts with the buckles getting caught and the angle's not quite right, or you can make it to a point where you otherwise potentially trip and wake Lloyd here by accident.
Oh, I'm definitely doing the latter.
Okay. As you are beginning to try and put on your armor, there's a moment where it gets caught and you kind of try to pull it tight and it loosens, so you loosen your grip a bit and begin to pull tighter. As your hand slips, you fall forward and strike against the wooden floor of the inn here, making enough noise to wake Lloyd and nope, just Lloyd. Everyone else will be muffled behind the walls, and so it's well, Romulus is a heavy sleeper. Kay, you're not. Kay, you wake up from this as well. You're startled, but you can easily go back to sleep, both of you, if you need to.
You okay, Damien?
I'm just inspecting the floor.
Alright.
It needs a bit more of a polish, I think.
Well, you can polish it, I guess. Don't make too much noise. I'll try and go back to sleep.
Okay.
I will immediately go back to sleep.
Okay, here's a noise. Nah, it's fine. Okay. I'll say, Kat, you're too concentrated, and Vinny, I'd say you hear it off in the distance, like a thud from upstairs. Like someone rolled out of bed or fell over, or something was knocked over, you're not sure.
Glad to see everyone's doing well.
I'm gonna struggle my way up and try to put it on again.
Okay, go ahead and roll me another sleight of hand check.
Beautiful. Oh, even better.
Unnatural 0. Let's go. This time, as you're otherwise attempting to pull it on, you kind of feel it becoming taut. You have a choice. And I'm going to say this is going to be a risk based on my d20 roll here. You can either pull tight with the hopes that everything's aligned correctly, or you can loosen and try again.
I'm gonna
Note, with this choice, you could break your armor.
No, I'm gonna loosen and try again.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me another sleight of hand check, please. DC has increased.
Splendid.
There we go.
That'll do.
23 total.
23.
You otherwise loosen it and realize that it was kind of on the brink of potentially snapping, to where you kind of pull it together as best you can, loop the buckle successfully, kind of being a bit more finesse about it, pulling it tight. It's settled. It's good. Hold it in place. You stand up. Your armor is on. Took you a little bit longer than you would have hoped. I'd say, Vinny, at this point, probably about an hour has passed, and you can still you now begin to hear Damien coming back down.
Oh, where do I leave my armor? And sorry, my armor, my arms, my weapon and shield.
I'd probably say you probably left them in your room.
Okay, so so I haven't brought them with me now.
I'll say you pick them up and take them with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So just to double check, an hour has passed since I woke up, or since Damien went
Yes,
to go and put
since
his
you
armor on?
woke up.
Okay. Right.
Actually, I'll say slight alteration of order here, because technically this would happen in another order here. So, as you're downstairs, Vinny, you hear otherwise a knocking on the door from the outside. Halligan goes over, unlocks the door, kind of pulls it open slightly, just a crack to see who's out, kind of swings it open, and you see otherwise wandering in with kind of a long cloak and hood up in kind of a dark green fashion, a Plague Knight. He wanders in, kind of throws the hood back, kind of rustles off the water as best he can in the doorframe, before wandering in over to you, where he then takes a seat. Good morning, Vinny. It's Sebastian. Just thought I'd let you know.
That makes sense. Sleep well?
Yes, not too badly. Got to sleep shortly after arriving. Didn't have any patrol, given I've been out with you lot. I have, however, been told to let you all know that once, at the very least, Damien is assembled, the commander wishes to speak with you. Not necessarily your whole group, mainly just him, but if there's information or something that you're sharing as a group, it might be best for all of you to go.
That's fair. As long as it's going to be quick, though.
Should be
Only-
fine.
I was quite hoping that we could get out again.
You can get out fairly
In good
easily.
time.
I believe the commander just has an offer for you lot. Well, more for
Okay.
Damien, but yes. And if there's anything else that she can help with.
Very well then. Right. Do you want me to go and assemble the others?
I'll leave that up to you. Yeah, but like I said, the only person she really needs to speak to is Damien, unless the rest of you wish to tag along.
Okay, well let me go up and check on him, since he is awake.
Very well. Okay. You head up, and I'll say you walk in just as Damien finishes putting his armor on, and just begins to scoop up his shield and mace.
Right. Sebastian is downstairs. Apparently the commander wants to speak to you.
Right,
You specifically, and maybe the rest of us. How's everyone looking? They all still asleep?
Lloyd's asleep. I don't know about the rest of them.
You can
I'll
hear cat shuffling. Or hooves shuffling, I should say.
sounds like Cat's awake, so perhaps it's 3 of us awake. If the commander needs to hear from me, or needs to talk to me, in that case, I'll go quickly talk to Sebastian and then get my horse and I'll ride over to the camp, to the headquarters. I guess maybe I'll
Okay,
meet you
fair enough.
guys back here. Hopefully you will be
Yeah, we'll see.
ready and
I'll
waiting for then.
try and wake the others up, see if any of them want to go and meet the commander as well. He said the rest of us are welcome.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, you meet me down then at the stables before I leave.
Alright then.
And let me know if any of the rest want to accompany.
I'm going to go check on Kay first of all.
Okay. You see that he has otherwise buried his head in a pile of pillows and kind of tail and feet up in the air.
Okay, I'm gonna gently attempt to wake him up.
Okay. Okay, you stir from your slumber.
The commander, the Plague Knights, wants to speak with us. You can, you're welcome to come or stay asleep, but we're planning to head over pretty soon. You're right, by the way.
I'm fine. I won't go. I have sandwich I must make.
Fair enough. Right, yes, you rest up and recover. We'll try and head off as early as possible.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Who next? Lloyd, I suppose.
Sure. As I said, you probably would have had that conversation in the room, and Lloyd would have been like stirring. So, Lloyd, if you want to give your answer now,
What do I get again for sleeping longer?
you get the additional hit die, the additional hit count.
Right.
Sorry, and you've got about an hour of that left to sleep off. There's nothing wrong with any of you being interrupted now. You don't lose your long rest. It's just the extra 2
Right.
hours will get you the additional hit count.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I want it, so I'm still sleeping.
I think I'll pass. You can tell me later what was said.
Fair enough. I'll let you know. Oh, do you happen to have any idea how to wake up a Minotaur?
Stab its foot!
Yes, we haven't broken that part of the anatomy yet.
The answer is
Try to
carefully.
cut off his horns.
Tell him you have rats. Fresh rats to be flannelled.
Flannel is a verb.
What I'm hearing here is Vinny has volunteered to wake up Romulus, so I'm looking forward to this.
The horny ones will meet in the morning.
Frantically googling how to wake up
I mean,
Minotaur.
look, if that's what Vinny's coming for, I'm well.
God.
It would be nice to have a date first. You know? Buy me dinner, God.
Oh no. Okay.
Right, I'll head over to that room as well.
Okay.
We need to speak to Cat.
I'm not a stud cow.
You knock on the door. Cat, you can see who is currently inside, finishes off what looks to be this otherwise arcane scribing of some form, as it otherwise begins to spread across her cloak before settling in. You have not made your next rune, but you have finished your main rune that you wanted to do.
Okay, cool.
What's that?
I just took a spell apart and rebuilt it into my cloak. Just the usual. I don't know. My magic's changed. I don't understand really, but I understand it a lot better now. So that's something.
Oh, well, at least one of us does.
I have some good news though. I've got runes that cleanse, and the reason I stayed last night was because I needed to experiment. They work. So if we get to the manor and people there are infected, providing I've got enough spell slots left, or spell points, enough energy left, I can hopefully level them or stabilise them a bit better.
Well, that's good. Speaking of, I think we're planning to head out there as soon as possible. But the commander wants a word.
Oh, okay.
I was
Well,
with Damien, but I'd like to tag along, and you're welcome to as well.
I've got another cleansing rune I need to make, and he's down and out. I don't know if you're going to wake him up. Yet alone, I don't think he's want to go anyway. But you can try.
Fair enough. If he's not going to want to come, then...
I mean, there's no harm in asking.
I'll see what I can do. But yes, otherwise I'll leave you to it.
Cool. Don't shake his head. I already did that this morning.
That's... You mean that literally, right? Never mind.
Yeah, I needed some pocket money.
It did remind me of a kid asking their parent for a little bit of cash when they were at fun fair. Please!
Yeah, and the parrot just sort of gives in because they can't be fucked.
I just want some candy floss! Candy floss! Candy floss! Candy floss!
I've learned if you do it when your parents half asleep, they tend to just give in because they just want to go back to sleep.
Accurate. Mm. Anyway.
I mean, by all means, you can ask him. Just don't shake his head. Maybe slap him with his own hand or something. No, don't do that. That might hurt him. I mean, his hand's a mess anyway, and so's his head. And... No. Hang on. Do you want me to wake him up? Romulus!
I'm choosing to not be woken up by this at all.
Okay.
Go
I'm,
ahead. I want a contested Constitution check from both of you.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's
Oh.
depressing.
it got
It's
worse.
worse on the other side. Don't worry.
Okay, could be worse. So yeah, mine's an 11.
Okay. Okay. Well, that
You
failed.
like choke on your, you just choke on your own spit as you try.
It's your rat skins are on fire. I'm cremating them so they can go on to the next world.
I
Persuasion check with.
no,
advantage.
I want Romulus to not be hearing this at all.
Oh,
Like, oh.
with my one, I think that.
I will say with
it.
that natural one, you
Yeah.
say it. Romulus is out.
Okay. Well, I'm done. Poke him.
You know that thing people do where they, like, put 2 fingers in the mouth and then whistle? Which I can't do, but I suspect Vinny probably could.
Mm-hmm.
That.
That,
You
but, like,
bastard!
really
Yes.
Sorry, sorry. Yes, I can do that.
Ow. But
My
yes.
apologies. Yes, I can do that.
I did have unvectored eardrums.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need them. It's fine.
I will again be attempting to resist this.
Okay, what do you want?
I
Con
assume
check
con
both
on
of
my
you.
part.
Or con, or...
I'll say con from both of you, yeah. Or if you want sleight of hand. Actually, no, it'll be a dex check,
Natural
if
one.
necessary.
This is waking me up no matter
okay,
what.
never mind. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, you whistle a high-pitched whistle enough that you see Romulus turn, pick up a pillow, and just kind of bung it against his ear, but he can still hear it, and he looks at you reluctantly.
Why? Why have you done this to me?
Sebastian's downstairs. He wants to know if any of us want to meet the commander.
Have I slept enough at this point that I am able to have the effects of a full rest?
All of you have had the effects of a long rest. It's just you're only going to be getting 1 hit die back instead of 2 if you don't do the long rest.
Good night. Good luck. Farewell.
Fair enough.
See, everyone's willing to spend 2 hours to get 1 hit die.
I can use my hit die.
It's the only thing I can use right now.
I'm not. I'm just trying to save people.
Well, that's nice, Pat. Good night.
No,
I'm just like, I want you to fully imagine,
Okay.
like, I'm getting all of the
Well, he's dead.
pillows and just, like, cocooning my Minotaur head in them.
Okay.
I worry he won't be able to breathe in there. But that's okay. He'll be fine.
Sure.
It's fine. You'll see my snout popping out.
Every now and then.
Oh, that's so cute. I need to make this rune.
Vulnerability.
A land whale.
But no, we'll meet you down. We'll meet you down in the kitchen area. I mean, I'll be about an hour trying to get the last rune done, and I dare say he'll go to sleep. But then after I finish that, I'll wake him up because we're gonna need food before we head out.
Yeah, breakfast's paid for, so...
Oh, okay. Oh, on the note of paid for, I'm gonna take 30 gold out for Romulus. Split this between the rest of you. Just throw the bag of money.
Okay. Vinny, you have a bag of 120 gold pieces. Do with it as you will.
Alright then. I will do that. Vinny is going to count the money up as he's, like, wandering downstairs. And then also take a second to figure out how that actually divides by 4.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Vinny's not amazingly book smart.
Oh, yeah!
How many are we?
Fair.
Okay. Go ahead. Just roll me a flat d20. I want to see how well this goes.
So by 5.
Okay. That's pretty good. You smartly, or initially, you make 4 roughly even piles for the rest of your party. You then realize that some of those pieces are gold and silver and therefore have different value. So you begin to divide them up value-wise, and successfully so, you manage to divide it into however many allotted piles you wish to make, and of how much coin is also up to you.
Okay. Right, but if they're divided up correctly, I will pocket my share of, what, 30?
30.
Yep. Okay. You pocket your share of 30.
Okay, that leaves 90 for Lloyd, Damien, and Kay then.
Yep. Okay.
Alright. I'll believe it was the stables that I was going to meet Damien?
Yes, it was. Okay. Heading outside with the gentle rain out there, you can see Damien is currently busy at work, or currently properly saddling up his horse. You can see the light rain otherwise hitting the nearby thatching of the stable roof itself, as the other way, or not hitching up, sorry, unhitching Starlight, as you otherwise hold onto the reins, and you go out there kind of pulling your cloak up, as you see he's got a simple traveller's cloak over the top.
You notice that Starlight is just finishing munching something, and Damien tries to hide something in his hand.
Ah, well, you mentioned you had a horse. You didn't mention how glorious they were.
Oh, thank you.
Vinny is immediately going and giving the horse pets.
Okay, animal handling check, please.
Boy.
Yeah, I'll say the DC is lowered because Damien's present.
Never
Oh!
mind.
On the other hand, you better get a kick in the face from a horse.
As you otherwise go up to approach Damien's horse, you note that that she's currently munching on something, and as you approach, she very defensively, like almost pushes her head down and towards you in an aggressive stance, as if to say, "Stay away, I'm eating."
Ooh, I wouldn't have done that. Damien, start again. Damien is too, but that's not the point. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to compose myself. Oh dear. I wouldn't have done that.
Alright,
Starlight's a little defensive of his apples.
His? That was her.
His?
Yeah. Oh.
You don't know? I don't think we've actually discussed the gender of the horse.
I'm a DM.
I'm now having to go up.
We discussed it. We
Did
discussed
we?
it in pre-campaign. Anyway, something for another time. They. Non-binary horse. There we go.
Oh,
That's fine.
okay.
I'll get through to them. I always do.
What is...
Anyway, I think it's just going to be the two of us.
Just us two.
Cat's working on something, and the others are all sleeping.
Are you happy to walk alongside, or
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Have I talked to Sebastian, Chris?
Ready when you are.
Oh, okay. He's there.
He stands right beside you, also with his cloak up.
Okay.
We'll have to come back and get the others though, because you
Yeah.
won't be able to leave the city as a group if you're split up though.
No
Because
problem.
you'll have to go out with me.
That's fine. Let's. I guess we'll get on our way.
Very well. Okay. You otherwise make your way through the main street, which, given the rainy day, you imagine probably wouldn't be as busy anyway, but you can see that travel has at least a little bit picked up again. Despite the recent attacks, you can see that there are a few carts coming in and out. They are being regularly checked. And even though it's the early hour of the morning and it is raining, you can see that there are goods travelling in and out of the city. You otherwise see, or the large town, sorry. You head past the main town hall, and beyond you can see the camp, where you can see a brazier is currently lit, and you can hear the sizzling of rain hitting the hot metal in the fire itself. You can see a number of tents that otherwise have their sides that have been removed, and they're currently working on various bits and pieces, various plague knights currently resting, gathering themselves, and you can see her main tent of the commander, otherwise wide open and welcoming whoever should enter. And you can see her lieutenant currently standing outside the main door, just inside the main opening. his arms crossed, looking out, the kind of the large rebreather on his face, kind of giving off these small plumes of almost greenish gas.
Is there a hitching post near the tent?
Yeah, there's plenty. There are
Cool.
main poles of tents, or there's hitching posts and nearby things you can use.
Okay, I'm gonna dismount next to them, next to one of those hitching posts, and tie Starlight up,
Okay.
and then guess I'm gonna go in.
Sebastian otherwise heads over, nods to or does a quick salute to the lieutenant, who otherwise nods back and lets you all past and in to where you can see the commander otherwise flipping through a few books on the inside of the tent. Now that it's more well lit, despite the rainy day, and kind of the more well lit interior in here, you can see that the floor, where it would usually be kind of the stone work of the main road, has what looks to be basic, not fabric, but kind of rug attire to this, kind of a thicker, coarser fabric to it. You can see that has been put in place along with a metal frame bed and a bedroll placed over the top of it. You can see that there is a table in the center of the room which takes up the main piece, and you can see all manner of bits of paper across the front of it, letters, ledgers, all bits and pieces, most of which you recognize as ones that you've collected from your investigations below. You can see she's looking about various pieces before looking up. Ah, good to see that you have arrived, and thank you for delivering them to me, Sebastian. You may wait outside for the time being. He salutes and steps back outside. So, just the two of you, Damien and Vinny?
It is indeed. How may we serve?
Yeah,
Well-
I assume Sebastian let you know what we got up to.
Yes, I have been informed on the details as to what occurred, as to what is happening, and your believed next move, based on what you mentioned, heading back there. If it is indeed the case, and they are indeed ill or suffering from this disease there, but if the more accurately the patient zero is there, then that is something that we will need to look into, a source perhaps. The nature of this disease isn't exactly normal. Given that you've offered up your services in such an aim to help, and given the chance you had the opportunity to run when you did and you didn't, I believe I can trust you in this regard, to let you out of the city, or out of the town for the time being. I would also say that I have also heard wind of what you've been looking for, Damien. You watch as she holds up a small scroll.
Okay.
On your first entry, you were looking for an individual known as Leo to see if he had passed through town.
That
You
is
asked the Plague Knights and the Flame Keepers, and I have some information as to his last known direction.
that is good news.
However, call it an incentive. I don't want to give you a reason to leave when the job is only half done. Once you have completed this task of helping whatever's going on and sorting out if this is in fact the patient zero, once you have gathered the information accordingly, I will give this information over to you free of charge, with no issues, no quarrels. Should you return, obviously with Sebastian in check, and there is no evidence to support this, then I will hand you the information either way. It is simply an on-return, based on success or not.
I assure you, Commander Alicia. Damien's been paying attention, just for the rest of the party to know. My first duty is to be a shield for those who cannot defend themselves. So you have my word, that will be the case.
Very well. Now I see that only Vinny has shown up at the calling of my particular inquiries. Is there anything I can do to help you, sir?
Not at the present, I don't think. I just wanted to be here in case anything important had come up.
Well then.
Oh, if you don't mind my asking, there was a big attack last night, right?
Yes, there
Slimes?
was.
How did that go?
We lost a few. They have... In regards to those that were lost, a few of the plague knights died in duty. Most of them survived and were badly injured, but 2 of the large ooze balls were taken care of. The captain had warned us of those, and we took countermeasures, and we're glad we didn't lose more. Fortunately, a few were lost, and they will be taken back and buried at the keep. And their families will be informed of the loss. But a tragedy was avoided, for the most part. So we thank you for your assistance in that, in helping with taking care of some of them that were down there. The captain has also led a team underground and discovered something as well of interest. The site where you had originally ended up, where you said you'd fought an ooze that had exploded, seems to be there seem to have been 6 of these sites, from what he's discovered. 2 of the sites seem to have been damaged in some regard, as if something had happened. Another 2 seem to have been disturbed. The last 2 were left intact. Currently, we have teams preparing to go down and take care of these remaining clogs as they are. We believe that you may have taken care of 2 of them. One was a clog at the time, and the other was the ball that you destroyed on your way out. When you had the captain with you, that is.
I see, okay. So 2 more. If they're not dealt with soon, doubtless they'll find their way to the surface eventually.
Yes. We believe they require some form of critical mass to become a ball, potentially a weapon, or naturally doing so. But we're not entirely sure. We've assembled a team and we've got scouts on watch patrol, making sure everything is okay, and we've got a few other individuals with them, keeping an eye out. A lot of the corpse oozes that are down there have either fallen dormant or been killed off by our teams, so most of the threat is gone for the time being.
Good
So
to hear.
a lot of our units have been moved into spreading out our patrol and keeping containment within the camps as well. So you've alleviated some pressure by what you've done, so be proud in the work that you've done so far.
Oh, was there any pattern in the sites where these things were located?
Yes, they were main sinks, ones where a lot of water had been originally funneled into the storm siphon itself.
Right, I
The
see.
poles which were used as measurements on if it was overflowing during a particularly nasty storm have been all damaged, though. So the storm siphon itself is currently non-functional. So should it rain heavily, thankfully not rain like this, but should it rain too heavily, it will swell and break the surface, flooding the area. I've informed the builder's yard of this. I've sent them the appropriate message in regards to this, and they and the abbot will be working in conjunction to repair this, but it will take some time, and is currently put on hold until this disease is taken care of. Should you find the source, and we learn information about it, we might be able to break it a bit easier.
Okay, that'd be good to hear. I'm not sure it would be good for people to be coming into contact with that water. At any rate, I'm sure the builders will be happy to have work again.
Yes. Their leader seemed, from what I heard, most excited that she got to do something. So, yes. But at any rate, you'll be heading off, I imagine, given your early start, or are you still waiting on your companions?
Still waiting on them, but
Yeah, we're hoping that they'll awake soon so that we can be off as soon as possible.
Very well. In which case, she otherwise goes over to a small coffer and pulls the lid open and places it down on the table in front of her. These are for you and your group. Use them wisely. Mana beetles can be very dangerous, and we appreciate that you're concerned in this regard, given your magical use of your party to a certain extent. You see inside of this otherwise just a simple box, what looks to be kind of a leather bound or hardened leather kind of rim to it that holds the tops of these glass vials in place. As you see a kind of a light translucent, almost cyany blue coloration to the liquid. I'd say neither of you would recognize these, given your backgrounds.
Thank you very much.
Commander, what are these?
Are they?
These are mana potions. They'll assist you in your recovery, shall we say, if any of you otherwise suffer some further bites from the mana beetles, and if there are any environmental effects down there that may hurt you. We usually keep a few in stock, and I believe that you will find better use for these than we will here. If so long as this epidemic is otherwise kept under check, we should be okay.
Shall I take care of those for the moment, Vinny?
Yes, why not?
Yeah.
How many are there, by the way?
Two.
Two.
2 mana potions, so split them up amongst your team as you see fit.
Okay. Well, I'll sort it out when we get back to the inn.
For those of you who don't know how mana potions work, mana potions otherwise restore half the usual amount that they normally would. So they restore 1d4 plus 1 spell points. Because these are basic mana potions.
Okay, so minimum of 2, so you always get back at least 1.
It's the first level spell slot, yeah. But if you roll max, you get 5, which is a third.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty powerful, hard to make, and a little bit more expensive than traditional healing potions as well.
Okay.
Many thanks, Commander.
You're very welcome. Now, I have things to tend to as well, so if you please.
Very well.
I make a genuflection in her direction before leaving.
Okay. You both leave, heading back out. Sebastian's there waiting. So, where are we headed now?
I think back to the inn.
Yeah,
Very
back
well.
to the tavern, pick up the others, and then head out as soon as possible.
Of course. You head back to the tavern. A little time has passed as travel has been necessary, and obviously this conversation's taken a little bit. I'd say you arrive back with about 15 minutes left of your party's long rest for the rest of the party.
Okay. I'm gonna just sort of. I'm assuming that Starlight will have been undercover in the stables.
Back at the inn, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm still just gonna sort of check over the saddlebags and lance, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure everything's still there and in good condition.
Cool.
Okay. I will wait for a little while. I'll sit. I suppose in the main area where all the tables are.
Okay.
Vinny will just wait there and play a little tune on the bone pipes.
Okay. Kind of biding your time and waiting. The rest of your party eventually awakes from their long rest, recovering fully to their extent. Enticed by the scent of food, not made for him, but made by him, is Kay.
Woo! Sandwich.
As you otherwise awake and assemble your new sandwich.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me. This would be a D20, and I need to pull up the stat block for these creatures real quick. You go ahead and do that while I prepare.
D20.
Remember, higher is better.
10.
Okay.
Oh, even.
Okay, even. So you now have permanent access to the Mana Scent ability.
Woo!
Obviously, according, you have to activate it first, but you have access to it.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right. You were.
Did I not put it in? Oh.
You said that you were gonna do some kind of formula or something for it to be infinite in the thing, for it to show that I have it permanently or something. For the poison resistance.
Oh, it was just supposed to be a dash. Sorry.
Oh,
For
a
when it's...
dash.
Yeah, so just put a dash, and that shows that you have infinite uses of it.
Dash.
And that'll be fine, yeah. And I'll pretty that up and sort it out later.
Okay.
So, with that, you wake up, you have your sandwich, you bite into it, and it's interesting. Let me quickly get to Kay's cookbook real quick, wherever I've put that. I believe I put it in here. No, I stand corrected. I have lost your cookbook. Hold up. It will be in my most recently visited. Nope, I have lost your cookbook. I apologize. I can't remember where I put it.
It might be in the bookshelf that Romulus left down in the sewer.
Nah, it's fine. Is it in here? There it is. It's in misc information. So, biting into your crunchy mana roll. You bite into it. The crunch of the chitin and the juices from otherwise squished mana beetles spread over wonderful sliced smoked sausage salami with some with a cubed dragon chicken drumstick, slices of the particular mushroom in question, which upon eating,
Ow.
you feel your tongue beginning to go numb. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah. That's what I was waiting for.
Okay.
20.
Okay. You're used to being under the effect and influence of various things, good and bad. This feels like a bad, and you begin to have a very sour taste as you kind of spit out the bits and the sliced rings of this strange tentacle mushroom, which you now have identified as Widow's Fever.
Widow's Fever.
And it has a very poisonous taste to it. The outside of it wasn't bad. Like, the oily shell was okay. It was the inside core kind of mass to it. Think like a very nasty aloe vera.
Okay, so from what Kay understands of this, he needs to, if he gets more of these mushrooms, to just drain them of their juices.
Yeah, it seems to be. But yeah,
Okay.
you otherwise gather that, and it's like, yeah, it's just what it is. But the 2 slices of the melted cheese, otherwise inside of it, form a surprisingly very well balanced and rather nice meal, if it weren't for the Widow's Fever that otherwise badly hurts your tongue. You go downstairs, you grab the rest of your meal. I'll say Lloyd, Romulus, Cat, you all assemble downstairs as well, unless there's anything you wish in particular to do before passing on for the rest of the day.
No. I mean, if I finished the rune, then I would have woken Romulus up and
Yep.
headed on down.
Okay.
What? Wait, did you wake me up earlier?
Yeah, I did.
What happened to the money?
Here's yours. It's 30 gold. And everyone else has got their 30 gold.
Hmm. Do I notice any issue? Like, can I insight Cat at the moment?
You didn't. I'll say you didn't count the coin. You'd have no reason to suspect her.
I was more thinking just on the off chance that Cat's face is, like, you know when a kid does something wrong, but you can see it on their face.
Cat, go ahead and give me a persuasion or deception check of your choice with advantage.
This is a very sleepy Minotaur.
Sleepy Minotaur who didn't count the coin versus intelligent. Yeah, fine.
Do you want me to roll at all, or is that just?
I'll say what's the total there, Cat, for your chosen?
What was it? Deception or what?
Persuasion or deception? I'll say it's your choice because technically in this moment, yes, you are lying, but at the same point, you are just telling him that
That is 16.
that's the coin that they've got. 16? Yeah, I'll say in this instance versus your passive insight there, Romulus, you
Yeah.
don't pick up on any problems.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That's fair. Just thought I'd double check.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, speaking of the money, I'll give Lloyd and Kay their lot when they get down, and Damien his as soon as we got back.
Okay.
I was
So
going to give it
everybody.
to him as
Oh,
soon as
okay.
we met him outside, but then I got distracted
Yeah.
by the horse.
So Kay, Damien, and Lloyd, go ahead and add 30 gold to your inventory. You can add it as any combination of gold and silver as you see fit.
And it's 10 silver to a golden bit.
10 silver to a gold. Keep in mind that the more coins you have, the more it will weigh you down. Not necessarily a problem for Romulus, but
So
keep in
30,
mind
you
that
said, right?
30, yes, of your combination of gold and silver. Do keep in mind, obviously, that not every place is going to be able to break change. So you might want to carry a little bit of each. Okay.
And on my way down, hey, Romulus, so I don't know what's happened, but last night my spell book changed. But I understand my spells so much differently now. Like, there's new spells in there, and there is, like, it's broken down into the fundamentals, and I've actually enchanted my cloak with one of my spells, which is what I wanted the money for.
Right.
So I can now, like, I'm pretty sure I can cast it multiple times. I don't know, I've got to experiment with it yet, but it feels like it's got more energy than I used to create it. So that's going to be interesting.
That does sound interesting. I'm sorry I can't be of more help with it.
No, it's okay. I was very confused. Like, yeah, I went to bed. I can cure the disease, by the way, as well.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's why I stayed. But, I mean, you were on the cart. I don't even know if you'd noticed I wasn't here.
I don't remember most of last night, if I'm honest.
Okay. I mean, it couldn't have been a concussion from hitting your head. I don't know. No, hitting your head what? I don't know what you're talking about.
I got a real goose egg on the back of my head.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You fell over. With help from me.
When you say with help from you,
You were in the door. I was trying to move you. You are really heavy. But you're out of the way of the door at that point. And we organised a cart for you. So you didn't even have to walk home.
All right then. Well, we should
Express
probably
Minotaur delivery.
let's focus on having that not happen again. All right.
Don't fall asleep in doorways.
Don't hit my head again.
Okay, I promise.
Thank you. I'll do my best not to fall asleep anywhere inconvenient again.
Okay, let's go get breakfast.
Agreed.
Okay. You all have breakfast. Is there anything you wish to discuss and or do over breakfast? For those of you who haven't already had it.
Hello.
You okay? Did something weird happen to you in the night?
Nah.
Oh my god, you've
Are
got
you-
the
Is
plague.
that a lie?
Sure.
It's not a lie. Nothing happened on the night.
At this moment, Damien's going to come in from the stable yard.
I've seen this before.
Damien's going to probably
He's
turn
got
on his heel and
minutes
pretend
to
that he
live.
didn't enter.
He
Look
has
away,
minutes.
cat.
Minutes.
Look away, cat. It's fine.
Oh God. I start like going through my
no,
spell
no,
book
cat,
and
cat. I'm joking. That was a joke.
I will be okay.
are you sure? I mean, he doesn't
As long
sound
as
okay.
Kay is still conscious, I think we're good.
Well, he was talking fine when I woke him up earlier, so I assume you just bite your tongue or something?
No.
Oh,
I ate my phone.
He
Did
ate
you-
himself.
You ate your mother?
My phone.
Marcel.
Muscles.
I'm
You
gonna
ate
look
mussels.
over.
You're allergic to mussels.
To one of the plague knights. Do you have one called Marcel?
We do. He's on the southern entrance.
Oh, not
Did
Did you
anymore.
sneak out without me? And what do you
No,
mean you
no.
ate him? Hold on.
Can you all talk through those masks all day. Do you think you could
Yeah.
help us translate, perhaps, with the difficult speech?
Possibly.
A buffer.
He ate a mushroom.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Marcel should be safe then.
Yes.
Okay. I hope so.
Me too.
If Marcel isn't safe, I don't believe it was anything to do with us. But right. Why?
Which
So,
one did you eat?
Kay does know what the name of it is,
Yeah,
right?
you do know what you know what the name of it is after
Uh,
you've eaten it. Yeah.
Leather feather.
Little Fera.
Widow's fever?
Uh-huh.
I can't say I know much about it other than it sounds horrible.
Poison.
Okay.
Ah, are you gonna be alright?
Paralyzed tongue.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Okay. Could you say love, true love?
I will eat you.
What did he
Love,
say?
true love. Together in holy matrimony. Oh,
Take
it's
this
so
inspiration
bad.
for that.
Oh, thank you. Oh, and I love that scene.
So long as you'll be okay, that's fine. Just if anything else starts going numb, let us know, because that's gonna get worse.
I give thumbs up.
Damien decides at this point to re-enter. He thinks that it's safe and not chaotic. Are we guys ready?
Food?
Oh, you haven't eaten yet.
Yeah,
We have.
I'll say you've eaten.
Okay.
This was over the course of
I
breakfast.
believe
so. Yeah.
so. I mean, all
Does
right.
everybody
We
have
need to
everything?
before we all start rushing off like crazy people. We need a plan at least.
Right.
I mean, what is the plan? What are we gonna do? Because
Well,
I mean,
we're
we
gonna
don't
ride out there.
we don't want to fight through the entire crystal field, surely.
I
Where is?
think we try and sneak around it and then get to the mansion as soon as we can.
Okay.
Yeah, when we were on the road on the other side from the field, they didn't seem that interested in us.
Yeah.
It was only when
And
they
No
no casting magic.
No magic.
Yeah.
That moment when Cat almost face palms. Ah. Looks at Cloak.
Okay, well let's keep a very wide berth then.
Oh, and as for you, Lloyd,
Yes.
I'm gonna expect. Has he got armor on?
I've ropes.
Robes. Would mage armor work on you?
I don't see why not. Why do you ask? I can't.
Lloyd, as a general remembrance, you are wearing studded leather. Otherwise,
right.
your AC would be 9.
Yeah, I am. Wait, am I?
Yeah, you're proficient in it though, so you're fine.
Oh, okay, cool. I
Mm,
did
but-
not know I'm British.
Yeah, you're proficient in light armor, so you're wearing studded leather.
Okay.
Otherwise, your AC would be 9, which would
Yeah,
be
now it's
hilarious but
12?
very dangerous. You got a -1 to Dex, mate. It'll be 12 minus 1.
Ah,
So,
right. So
would-
11.
If you want to take that off, I can cast mage on you, armor on you. It should make you less
I
weaker.
Would
I
that
think it's okay. I don't want you wasting stuff on me.
would that potentially
Well,
set
it's-
off the mana beetles?
I mean, I'm. Oh, come on, we're covered in magic. Like, got my horn, the
I think it
cloak,
should be fine.
magic
You can
stuff.
save your magic for someone.
It's more if it means that you don't go down, then it saves me having to use runes, which cost me gold.
I can use it.
I have something that will help us, don't worry.
Okay.
Alright. Lloyd, gather here, everyone. Lloyd will start chanting and touch everyone on their forehead with his palm and cast aid.
Okay, this is
It's
costing
Simba
twice for the
all
whole
over
party.
again.
Yes.
Okay, it is Simba all over again. You go over to everybody, and otherwise, kind of with your hand around your battle staff for the focus, you concentrate for a moment as almost this kind of dark greenish energy appears in his palm as he goes around each of you, touching you on the forehead. This is at 2nd level, so go ahead and expend 6 spell points with this.
Yep.
All of you now have 5 additional maximum and current hit points for today.
Oh.
Oh. So.
Nice.
So add 5 to your
Plus 5.
maximum and current. This is going to be difficult to do actually on the character sheet. I've just realised.
Yeah, because I've just put +5 underneath so I can keep track.
Yeah, just make sure just remember that you're under the effect of aid. So just make sure you got +5 to your current all the time.
Oh,
And
great.
just write underneath, and just write underneath if you've got extra. Don't try to rewrite the formula or make things weird.
I'm not.
Poor.
I just put 5 into the hit points bit of the overlay,
Yeah, that should be fine.
and then
Yeah, for those of you
next
using the calculator, just put
next
5
column
in.
aid,
That'll be fine.
brackets Lloyd.
Yeah, that should be fine. Okay.
I'm
You-
casting mage armor on myself.
Okay.
You're suggesting sneaking around? Does that mean through the forest?
A little bit further away than we were last time, I think.
So
Add-
in the
And we
forest.
should be okay. Yeah. They didn't seem to notice us until someone cast a spell.
Does Damien remember how difficult the terrain may have been, how uneven it may have been in the forest from last time?
In terms of unevenness, it's hard to say. The area that you went through, from what you remember, because you were barely struggling through it, it wasn't necessarily uneven, but it wasn't exactly compact or sparse in terms of trees either. It was a large mishmash of a variety of different trees, shrubs. It wasn't always clear. If you're asking in reference, could you say, for example, take Starlight through there? She'd struggle to get through the trees successfully.
Right.
There might be times where she might struggle, I should say. And the further you go into the forest, the denser it gets. If you're keeping to the edges, you could potentially get away with it, but you're also looking at things like fallen trees, natural debris, other plant life other than trees that are around there. So, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it would slow down your travel for sure, but it'd be up to you.
Okay.
And how many of you have traveling clothing? I know that Vinny, Damien, and Lloyd do. Kay, you obviously have yours on all the time. Kat and Romulus, do you two have travel clothing? Like a cloak and hood? I believe you two do, because
I
you're out on the road
believe
for a
we
while.
do.
Yeah. My cloak in itself is fleecy and warm anyway.
Yeah, so you're fine. You're both fine on rain protection. Okay.
I have a nice bear mantle.
So it is raining?
Yes, it's currently raining and windy outside. Not very windy, but lightly raining.
Well, Kay will still feel fine. Just a little wet. No cold.
True.
Because he currently feels warm.
Yeah.
Because of abjuration.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, this is a 2nd level spell, actually.
Uh-huh.
I'll say that as the raindrops hit you, it doesn't take long for them to evaporate. You're not burning hot, you're not burning up fever hot, but it is still hot. You feel warm with the cool rain. It's quite nice, actually.
I feel fine.
Yeah, that's going to be on you the whole day.
I know.
Okay. So what is your plan of action?
Sebastian.
Yeah.
Do you know if there's somebody I can borrow a dagger from? Because currently Kay has no weapons. His dagger got eaten by a damn slime.
Dagger wise, if you're just looking for like a basic dagger and you're looking to buy something, you should be able to get some at the market fairly easily. I know it's been mostly closed, but they might be reopening now that things are settling down a bit. Granted, it's only been 2 days, and they may not necessarily be designed to open still. If not, we can always pop by the armory, but it's mostly blunt weapons and bigger weapons, not necessarily like stabby that you're used to.
Oh, can we check the market first and then see? Cause I need something.
That should be
Okay.
fine.
If you just want one dagger, you can borrow mine.
Huh? The hell?
I need mine.
Yeah,
I
fine.
don't have anything else.
I need dagger. I have no weapon.
Okay. Vinny is going to unstrap his dagger from wherever it be, thigh, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and hand it over
Thigh
to
or
Kay.
boot. Yeah.
Here you go.
Okay. I take the dagger, put it away.
So,
Okay. So we're gonna skirt through the edges of the forest
Yes.
to
I
avoid.
believe
Okay, head to the
so.
manor. Right. I believe that I can, if people in there have contracted the disease, I can cure them. That's why I
would be
stayed behind last night. For science.
okay. So your
What
plan of
is
action.
science?
It's when how do I explain this? It's basically you try things and see if they work, and if they don't work, then you try something different to see if that works. And if it does work, you look at the results and think, yes, it worked. There you go. That's the easiest I can put it in.
Probably the worst description you could have given Kay, but okay.
Sandwich is science, is what you took away from that.
Ah, there you
Yes,
go. Sandwich is
science.
Oh my God.
Sandwich is science.
Oh,
Food alchemy.
food alchemy exists, I'll have you know.
Oh no.
We need to.
Food wizards are a thing. Anyway,
We need to go. Run
Forward.
before we get
So-
questioned.
okay.
I do have alchemist supplies.
Okay. You otherwise heading out of the city. What pace are you taking?
Oh, I'm taking Starlight with me.
You're taking Starlight with you, okay?
Yeah.
And
We'll say
what
that's
pace?
probably not the best idea, but do you?
I mean, I'm sure stealth would be fine.
Oh, horse!
Okay.
Okay.
We're going at an
That's the
average
whole
pace.
thing.
I don't imagine we're going to rush just in case. Like, running through the woods could end badly.
This is pre-woods. Are you like
Oh.
running out of the city? How are you traveling? Because you've got 3 legs to this. You've got out of the city, or out of the town, followed by getting to the path, and then going through the woods or the field or the track. Up to you.
What about...
Damien's going to keep pace with you guys along the road, and then just before we get to the path, he's going to scout ahead.
what about briskly then? Just
Yeah.
briskly to the
Okay.
tree line.
I mean,
So
there's
brisk
no point,
pace.
There's no
not
point
running,
sprinting
but-
to the point that we would have
Exhaust
trouble
ourselves.
maintaining that pace because
Okay. For clarification,
Wow.
fast pace is counted as being brisk, so fast walking. Because this is long-term distance traveling, not sprinting.
So probably my normal walking
pace,
speed.
Yeah, normal pace would be casual, and then slow pace would obviously be slower. Each one has their advantages. If you're walking at a fast pace, you have disadvantage on stealth, but you get to move further. If you're moving at a normal pace, you get normal rolls, and if you roll at a slow pace, you get advantage on stealth.
I don't think we're likely to need stealth before we get to the path.
No.
One thing I will clarify, not necessarily just stealth. This will include things like perception checks and investigation checks. So if there's things that you would normally see along the road, if you're running at a fast pace, your passive perception goes down.
Mm-hmm.
So just as a general note, should you guys wish to do that?
Gotta do this. I have.
I mean, is there any point in us knackering ourselves out before?
I
just
go at a normal
Go
pace.
at our
and-
casual pace, not a
You
slow,
can't.
but...
You won't get tired from going at a fast pace.
Yeah.
No, but we'll miss details if we.
Yeah,
And-
I go at the normal pace, and I'll probably sort of range occasionally a little ahead and then back, just to sort of check out, make sure everything's fine.
Okay. In which case, I would like Damien to go ahead and roll me a perception check as you are keeping an eye out. It is lightly obscuring terrain because it is both windy and rainy today, so you'll be looking at a -2 to your perception,
Okay.
just from your total, I should say.
Yeah.
Or a +2 to the DC, whichever direction it should go.
Perception.
Okay,
So
go
that's
ahead
just
and
going to
roll
be
me-
back to where what it's rolled. So it's a 12.
I will.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check. Ooh.
I believe that's still higher. It is. That is a 50.
Okay. As you are otherwise, you ride out ahead just to scout the area, Damien. As you turn around, you notice one of your companions is gone. Kay is missing.
Just as I'm riding out, or
As you're riding back to the rest of the group.
oh, okay. Guys, I think we're missing a very short masked person.
Immediately, all my
That is
eyes.
unfortunate.
Lloyd, you noted exactly where he is. I'll type to you where he is.
Okay.
I'm going to instantly look on the back of Damien's horse, knowing how he's been trying to mount a horse.
Okay.
Right.
Keeping a lookout, yes, you do see. Both of you see Kay currently behind Damien, riding on the back of Starlight, unnoticed by both the horse and the rider.
I am
Alright,
not going to say a thing.
He said he had to do something. He'll be back very soon.
Oh, we just keeping going then?
Yeah,
Yes, he'll
Okay,
catch up
cool.
to us.
just gonna nudge
Damien's just
Romulus
going to rage
and
ahead
point.
again as he was before.
Okay, I'll say Kay, your numbness on your tongue has worn out at this point, so you're fine.
Yay.
So. Okay, so all of you at this point notice Kay riding on the back of Starlight with Damien, and Damien and the horse don't seem to have noticed, so. You proceed onwards. With your perception, you see the crystals in the distance. With the lesser sunlight today, there is less of a haze, and much more of just a natural glistening in the distance, where what errant light seems to come through seems to hit the crystals and then just glance off, almost like when you're looking at a wet road. It's that kind of blinding shine off of it. So, you otherwise reach the edge of the track without issue, and you see before you the track that leads up and past the crystal field, and you can see the forest on the left-hand side. How are you proceeding?
I guess stealthily through the forest, like.
We're going to have to make our way through that forest very slowly.
Normal pace, slow pace.
Probably slow, I dare say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slow.
Yeah. We can't tell how long this road goes for, right?
No, you didn't. You never got to the end. You know that you travelled about an hour and a half along the edge of the walkway, so you'll reach the same place in about 3 hours, which will make it about midday at this point. If you were to take a slow pace, but it would mean you'd all have advantage on stealth, which would undo the disadvantage some of your party have.
And if we're going through the forest, I'm likely to dismount and sort of lead on reins. Starlight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not going to ride on Starlight's back and probably like get myself tangled in a branch or something.
Okay.
Okay.
So, in which case, then I may also ask the following follow-up question: how deeply do you travel along in conjunction with the path?
Oh, I mean, we're not going to want to go too deep because we're going to get tangled up in the brush, but
I can use my Starlight token. Huzzah!
we're going to want to.
You can. We'll say this is the party for this instance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what would you say your depth would like to be as a party? I will say, as the person who is blazing the trail, the person who will be performing the survival check here to guide, given the current wet weather, whoever's rolling that will get to decide your depth within the woods.
Okay.
I am happy to do things.
Okay. So
I'm
where,
also happy
what
to
would
do
you
that.
say your depth between? Oh, you're just suggesting. Okay. Who will be blazing the trail?
I
Yeah,
mean,
you can
I
if you wish,
don't
Romulus.
mind.
No,
I
I can
have
take it.
been through forest, so I could as well if people.
I mean, I'm
Don't
happy
mind.
for anyone to take it. I just like I just want someone to take it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leading a horse, so I think I'm going to be concentrating on my steed. So I'm not going to lead.
Okay.
Okay, doke.
I'm just gonna pay attention to things
Yeah.
around.
I'll
I-
support Romulus, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Romulus, go ahead and roll me a survival check, and I'll say perception check from UK, given your keeping eyes out.
Another nat one.
You have advantage because you are being supported by Lloyd.
Oh, thank fuck.
Ah,
A nat
More
20.
like it.
There we go. That's more like it.
Hey.
Okay. Romulus, what would you say your depth in the woods would be at this instance?
The perfect amount.
Nice.
No, worth a try.
no.
I
How
would say,
You use the token as a junction. So you've got the road, you've got the main path here, and the further you go in, the higher the DC gets. But at the same time, it's also a matter of depending on distance will also depend on what you'll find, because there are going to be more than one check going forward.
right. I think that like, okay, so my options are on the very edge of it, in this bit here. Any further beyond I can go, or
Yeah. The forest goes a long way, so you're welcome to take it as much. This is just the depth
Right.
of the map.
I'm gonna say at least 20 foot into the forest, just on the basis that that's enough that we can comfortably get out of it, but it's also enough that that's quite a bit of cover from anything outside of the forest.
It also most likely stops any paper aeroplanes getting anywhere near that fence.
Exactly.
Oh, funny.
It'll make it harder for us to see anything going on outside, but I think we're prioritizing getting to the manor.
That is
Mhm.
indeed the case. Kay, what is your perception you got there?
My perception that I got is 12.
Okay. Keeping an eye out around the surroundings. It's quite quiet, despite the rain and the wind otherwise blowing through. Doesn't seem to be busy with wildlife or anything. You don't hear a buzz of any mana beetles. You do feel kind of that calmness still, that otherwise almost slightly supersedes the warmth, which begins to make you feel cold again from the rain, but it kind of ebbs and flows in and out. Not entirely sure why, but for some reason it does. You continue traveling in this particular direction. Romulus, please go ahead and give me a next survival check, please, as you are otherwise maintaining this. If anybody would like to do anything to assist or help other than just obviously
I'm
providing
also, yeah.
advantage, I just
Yeah.
mean in other ways,
Ah,
if there's anything
okay.
else to do.
Well,
You
it's
still have
currently a
advantage.
6.
You still have advantage because you'll
Oh,
get
okay.
still receiving that from that. Is there anything else anybody else would like to do during this time?
Besides for just keep an eye on like
Okay.
the road area, making sure that I can still see that.
15.
I'm going to try and keep
Nothing.
my eye further into the forest.
I'm probably going to look out for birds, either flying overhead or dead on the ground.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a nature check or investigation check there, please, Vinny. Damien, what were you going to do, sorry?
I'm keeping a watch inside, away from the path into the forest.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check. And Kay, go ahead and roll me a perception check as you were watching outside. And Kat, is there anything you'd like to do during this time?
At the moment, no, like, theoretically, Kat's actually quite nervous, because last time she come here, she got absolutely annihilated.
Is that a perception check?
Yes.
That's a 27
Okay.
with an nat 20.
Yeah. So, survival check with a 15. Survival check of 15 as you're going forward. It's a little bit rough and a little bit difficult. It does slow you down a little bit, And that is a fail, unfortunately, given the light rain is making it slightly harder to track where you're going. And there are times where you are finding that you're moving a bit further away from the path than you would like, and thus have to veer towards it, kind of meaning you have to take a more unfavorable path through nearby brush and bush, making it harder for you to travel as a party, but you do still manage for the time being. Kay, you keep an eye. You obviously helping Romulus in this regard, keeping an eye on where the road is. There are times where you have to bring up that he's straying too far, and as a result, you course adjust. Vinny, your total?
Investigation, that was?
Mm-hmm.
15.
15. Keeping an eye out for any dead birds or any dead nature or anything else. Doesn't seem to be any, like, animals or corpses or anything nearby. It's just surprisingly clean.
Okay.
There's still leaf litter, there's still mulch and kind of dead plant matter, but no bodies, no animals, insects or anything. It's weird.
Hmm.
And with a natural 20 looking in the forest, as you're otherwise wandering around, you feel very comfortable and very safe. There is nothing of threat to you, Damien.
Okay.
But you also note no wildlife whatsoever. Okay. Continue on for the last leg of this. Go ahead and roll me a survival check, please, and perception checks from the respective parties. And obviously advantage with you there, Romulus, still, as you are still receiving the help from Lloyd.
You know what? I give up.
What are you rolling? Okay.
I'm rolling perception. So far, I've
17.
rolled.
Can I
I've rolled.
can I assist Kay in the last bit, just pointing out things of interest?
I've
I'll
rolled.
say
If
this
he
would
can
be
put things
technically
together.
this would be technically advantage and disadvantage because he's just keeping an eye on the road and you're pointing out things of interest. So go ahead and roll a perception check, please, Ken.
Okay.
I've rolled an 8, a 4, and a 2.
Ah, it's fine. Get the bad rolls out
Uh,
Almost
Cat,
better
uh,
for minus.
Cat's rolled the highest out of those 3 rolls. She rolled. Oh no, because you rolled an
No,
8.
I
That's
rolled
never
an
mind.
8.
Yeah, it's fine. She
Yeah,
got,
but I
second
got
place.
a
Ain't bad.
minus.
Oh yeah, a total of 4. Okay, the two of you together, you're sharing the brain cell of looking around, and you're getting distracted quite a lot by the different colors of the hues of the crystals, and noting the occasional movement from them. Not entirely sure what the movement is, but hey, you keep moving.
If it moves somewhere.
Yeah, Damien, you keep an eye on the interior of the forest. Still barren, still quiet. Same with you, Vinny. You otherwise have a look around. There isn't much. You do note that it begins to get sparser as you get closer to the end of this leg of the journey, as it begins to thin. That's about it. And Romulus, you maintain a good vision ahead, and you and Lloyd are the first to notice. As you begin to exit the tree line, looking out across, you can see what looks to be a dark, kind of greyish stone building ahead. Some form of manor, it would seem. You can see that it's of this kind of strange dark grey granite. It has flecks of blue that are otherwise mixed into the massive abode that lies before you. You can see lavish windows, a high roof, and it seems to reach up about 3 stories or so if you were to include like an attic or roof space. And you can see out the front of it is a large open area of what used to be a seemingly well-tended garden. You can see a number of hedgerows, a number of flower beds that have since overgrown with thick weeds. You can see the well-kept grass has since grown up and long. You can see the stone path that leads up to the main portion of the house is very overgrown and still present with the rocky surface, but still overgrown. You can also see, I'll say, Lloyd, you're the first to notice this over Romulus. You notice off in the distance, further to your north of your position, the track leads off around the crystal field to what looks to be 2 or 3 separate houses that seem to be made of wood with thatch and a stone base to them. Almost like a very small village or farmhouse.
There's some more buildings that way.
I'll say the rest of you exit the rest of it at this time and you begin to see this. Notably,
with your passive perceptions for the two of you, plus the successful rolls your party has had, you can see outside the house, hanging in two large lantern holders, are convenience crystals of a deep blue nature, same as the ones that seem to be growing nearby. The nature of them seems to give off almost this light, kind of cyan-y color, which reflects very well off of the grey stone, but gives it almost this light spookiness, almost.
Well, that
Well,
isn't
everything
creepy.
here seems haunted.
Is it because it was a Friday the 13th this week?
No.
Hmm.
You're all still here. None of you were murdered as a result of that, so you're fine.
Well, you have no proof of that, Chris.
Yeah, I do.
This is my recently departed soul just speaking. What are you on about?
I'm stuck here until we finish this campaign.
We died 30 years ago,
Oh, yeah,
Chris.
that's right. The contract. You'll all be stuck here until the campaign's over. Ah, good luck.
Food. Endless supply of
when Romulus
food.
dies, so do I.
You die in the game, you die in real life. Ah, hardcore D&D.
Fuck that. Okay, genuinely, I need to stress this because there are people on the internet who are fucking idiots. Don't do that. That's a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, when cat knock you over onto the ground, you are not meant to bang your head hard against something.
Okay.
You're taking it too far. Just LARP like a normal fucking nerd.
On the contrary, I am curious to see how these sandwiches would look in real life. Please share.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Oh, there goes my hairs on my neck now. You know. Oh.
Okay, so you see this large house before you, or manor, it would seem. You can see it's overgrown, unattended. You can see just the lights from the interior seemingly coming out of the windows themselves. But again, convenience crystals, it's hard to tell whether that's supposed to be the case or not.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I guess the manor's the place we want to go to first. And I'm pretty sure, pointing to the stone building, that's going to be the manor of a lord.
You're pretty sure. Have you never seen a manor before?
No, this does appear to be an appropriately
Yes.
sized domicile.
Should we?
You okay
try
there,
and find
Lloyd?
Gorman?
I am fine. What?
You just went,
I forgot to mute.
Death.
Okay, so we're going to approach
Okay, so
quietly.
before you approach, I think it is high time we have a quick break, and Infernal gets to read Dwarf Erotica in Macedonian.
Ah,
And I didn't.
let me read it in English, you cowards.
All right, no, that's right. You were Bagsying Tusk Love. Okay, we'll take a quick 3-minute break here. Harlan, make sure that before you read it, you actually go and get yourself a drink or anything you might need. We'll be back in just a moment.
Ding
I'm just
dong.
getting up my copy of Tusk Love.
Oh my god.
Obviously, it's leather bound.
Warning: the following tale may be disturbing to some viewers.
It will. Whilst we await the start of Tusk Love, please enjoy these messages. Jamie, you're
From our
up.
sponsors.
Tarantulas, tarantulas. Everybody loves tarantulas. Too much as fuzz for your hamster was. Probably because of tarantulas.
And this is why I don't like spiders.
I like how whoa, whoa. What was that?
Oh,
Oop.
such as died again.
Oops. Pressed the wrong button.
I mean, that did kind of sound like an electric chair. I'm slightly concerned, Suds. Are you
It
okay?
was a taser.
It was Oh, really?
Yes, really?
American.
Oh, God.
I pressed the wrong button. I have
Is
flashlight.
the child okay?
The child is not here.
Thank goodness for that.
Although the child has tried to take these flashlight tasers before.
I very nearly misunderstood what you said when you said flashlight.
It's a flashlight.
Oh, good God, Jamie, please no.
I'm not talking about
Jamie,
flashlight.
no.
No, that is the last thing you ever want to be a taser. Ever.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
See,
I mean,
the thing is,
different strokes for
he's
different
not the
folks, I guess.
only one that. He's not the only one that heard that.
Alright, I'm back.
Cat heard that too
Heard what?
when I said flashlight. Jamie and Cat both heard flashlight.
And it's like, that's the
Wow.
last thing you ever want to be a flashlight, considering it's a taser.
Well, if it's a very low voltage.
Yeah, I mean, different strokes for different folks, I guess, you know. I mean, we can't rule these things out.
It's true.
Oh, goodness. You guys.
We're left unattended in the baggage area for all of 3 minutes.
Not even
We were
that.
left unattended and we had to entertain the stream somehow because we have no dwarf erotica.
Yep.
Tusk Love
That's
is currently buffering.
Yeah.
Romulus is struggling with the knot. He tied it really well and he pulled it and it's just double knotted and he's currently trying to untangle it with his meaty fingers.
Ooh.
Uh,
Like covered in gravy in true northern style.
No.
Mhm.
No,
Just
no, it's
thinking.
probably like rat carcasses.
Clotted cream.
Oh, a battered rat carcass.
Battered?
True,
Why?
true northern. Hey, battered Mars bar is really good.
Battered Mars bar is horrible.
It's beautiful.
It's
Don't-
disgusting. It's the worst.
No,
Is breaded Mars bar basically a Mars bar sandwich?
They're different kind of breaded. If you want to make a Mars bar sandwich, go and get 2 slices of bread and 4 Mars bars and stick them in a sandwich.
Oh crumbs.
That was terrible.
I hate that.
Have we got a Simon here?
No. Jamie, take, like, some degree of damage. Just issue yourself damage. Facepalm and do damage of some degree.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can assist
Damien,
with this. I
Damien,
bet I'd roll a nat 20 on trying to hit him.
what are you saying? Damien emerges out the forest, and as he emerges out the forest, he just trips over the last possible route he could ever trip up over.
Yep, of course. So, while we're waiting for Simon and Harlan to return, are there any clarifications that any of you need regarding the scene and or what's going on here?
No.
So there's
Where's the closest food house?
In terms of a cookhouse, you can't seem to see any that are distinctive. You can see,
Fair.
obviously, like the big manor before you and the path that always leads off to the other buildings.
How
is it
close
just-
is the manor to the crystals?
It seems to be a fair distance away.
Okay, cool.
We're talking maybe 120 feet.
Right, okay. It's not like the crystals
Or I
are
say
butting up to
120
the...
feet. No, 120 feet until you get to the main garden, anyway.
Right, okay. We should
And the
be
main garden
safe
probably
from that.
spans a good, 20 feet in front of the manor itself.
Is there any visible
What do
hitching
I
post or something that
have?
could be used as a hitching post?
Are you
There are the
seriously gonna-
posts of the gate, but that will be the extent of it. There doesn't seem to be a stable alongside any of this. Not with the manor, anyway. You don't know about further in the rest of the buildings.
I mean, didn't really think this through. I mean, I'm all for having the entire party together and stuff, because, you know, it'd be great, because we're gonna need it, but are you sure about leaving your horse outside?
I mean, I could try bringing it into the manor if you wish.
Well, I don't know if that's gonna work. I mean, heck, it's probably got, like, big double front doors, and it's probably a massive fancy thing, so you probably could, but if the
But just
Lord is
tie
in
it
there,
to-
I feel like could really upset some people.
It looks like it is. You can see there's a front porch, and you can see that there are steps leading up to the surface of this, where you can see there is a double door. In fact, there's the main entrance to this, with 2 lanterns hanging on either side.
Look, if Tywin can get away with going into the main palace chamber and his horse
He
taking
was a
dump,
general, not some knight. He was the hand of the king. He got away with it, and it also made a great scene.
was he yet Hand of the King? I think Tyrion still was.
No, He would know. Tyrion,
Tyrion
wasn't
was
Hand of the King,
acting
though.
Hand of the King.
Hand of the King,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway.
Also, if
Hmm?
if everyone in that house is okay and fine, then they fucked up by not maintaining their field.
But at that point, we issue them a
Why the
fine.
horse has to go in.
Yeah, at
And
that point
and
we
if
assumed...
they're all dying of the plague, then they've got bigger things to worry about. So it's fine. Just bring the horse in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure the Lord's last words aren't going to be, "Damn horse in my living room." Bleh.
I mean,
You
you've
know.
literally just given Chris the correct dying words of Lord Bevet now.
As the
He's-
horse
he's
takes a
right
shit on the couch.
threshold, but his horse allergy.
No, it's more likely that he's about to die, and I just bring the horse in, and Starlight says, "Oh, this is a convenient place to crap," right on his face and suffocates him.
Why would you back your horse up to the... Don't! No!
I was eating, but thank you, Game.
It's okay. I can replace your appetite with a convenient crystal,
That's not how it works.
also
That-
called
that
appetite.
isn't
It's green. It's spelled slightly differently, but it's a type of mineral.
Appetite
got
is a
Harlem back.
glorious mineral.
Thank you, Romulus.
So, as you're all there, you can see the household before you. You can see the garden that otherwise expands across the front of it, kind of reaching part way around to the right-hand side of the building. Almost not necessarily following the path, but in the same rough direction of the path, leading around the outside. A few trees scatter the area decoratively. The large building, mostly blocky, but with kind of the exterior features and kind of carving to it, looks fairly simple given the landscape, but you can see it's very it is well decorated with a few crystals on the exterior.
All right, time for me to use a thingy for the first time.
Chapter 2 of Tusk Love.
Hey, our break's over. You were late.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I got distracted as a person who's in the house, so I had to do the whole niceness thing.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
I hate it when
that's
you have to do that.
Yeah.
It's like doing my taxes.
So what were you going to do, Kay?
I am going to expend one biological resilience to use my newly acquired menacence.
Okay. Using your Menacence, you get the following views on the exterior of this, where most of it was sparkly to a certain degree, given the distance. Hard to tell with the rain. You can see that obviously the convenience crystals are giving off more of a natural glow to them, as are your companions in different manners. You can also see what looks to be thin lines trailing off the manor itself.
I see.
Also, given the distance, you pick up the crystals and various creatures within the crystals moving around. There's almost tiny specks and forms.
I forgot. How far is the manor again?
120 foot.
Okay.
120 feet, sorry. I'll also say go ahead and roll me just a perception check, just for general pickupances for the area around. Okay.
That is a 20.
20. You also pick up on other bits and pieces, as you do pick up on various forms seemingly moving around, or things shifting within the manor itself. Obscured behind the heavy terrain, but you can, or the total cover, but you can pick up the general movement and kind of the blinking nature of some of the magical objects in the interior moving. So
There-
there's someone in there.
There's definitely someone there.
Ghosts? Zombies?
I don't know. I
Slimes?
can see things moving
Well, that's
Bugs?
hopefully good news.
inside.
Bugs?
Shall we just
What
sort of...
kinds of things?
I can't tell them.
Hmm. So should we just go knock on the front door?
Maybe?
I mean, I could do so, but I suggest maybe the rest of you stand back a little way, just in case something's really wrong. I hope not, but we don't know.
We should probably all just be there in case something bad happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
'Cause
well,
don't
yeah,
want to
please
be far away.
don't be
If
far away, but just a few feet behind me when I just knock on the door with my horse.
What, you're going to use your horse to knock on the door?
Poof, poof.
Interesting.
uh,
This I need to see.
I just want it noted as we're getting close. One, I'm still riding on the back of the horse. I never got off.
I still
And
don't
two-
realise he's been talking to me and I'm still not aware.
And two,
He must be like
Um,
underneath my
I'm
horse.
just keeping an eye on the things that I see moving as we get closer, because I might see more stuff as we get closer.
I would say in general it was more of just you pick up presences, like flicker moments of them shifting and moving. So it's more of a just like, oh, just as a cursory thing through the wall, you picked up something moving or shifting magic wise, but it's still like very faint, almost immediate clicks of things before they disappear.
Yeah,
So
I'm
there's not
just.
much information you can glean from it.
It's mostly I just want to see what happens when he knocks on the door.
Okay, so Damien, you're taking the lead here.
Yep. With my horse right in tow
Right
behind me.
you. Yep, and then everybody else following up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you approach the front door.
As you do
You-
that, I am going to try my robe.
Okay, what's the range on Detect Thoughts?
30 foot.
Okay. Give me just a mo. I need to open the map up for myself.
Oh, and as we're approaching, I'm gonna use my divine sense as well.
Okay.
Just so that we're actually within range for me to be able to use it rather than.
Yep, okay. So, as you get close to the door, Damien, you otherwise arrive. Do you use Divine Sense before or after you knock?
Or I knock.
Okay. You knock on the door. Oh, no. Before you knock, you said, sorry.
Yeah.
Use your Divine Sense. Now, what kind of thing does it... What does it say for Divine Sense?
Celestial, fiend, undead, consecrated, or desecrated within 60 foot.
Okay. How does it work on cover, do you know?
So
Can it see round objects? That would be in your core.
let's have a look. Bear with
Ooh,
me.
I have information about this.
Hmm?
It theoretically covers like sound and smell and stuff, so it can theoretically come around corners and stuff, though maybe muffled.
As an action, you can detect any celestial,
Love it.
fiend, or undead within 60 foot of you that is not behind total cover until the end of your turn. You can also detect any place or object that's been consecrated or desecrated within 60 foot.
So I will say, and yes, we did hit you, Harlan, just to clarify. You sent, and it was Fey, Celestial. What was it? It was
Bear with me.
Fiend, celestial, or undead within 60 feet.
okay. Fiend, Celestial, or Undead. Okay,
Yeah, that hello was the one I thought was knocking on my door.
that's fine. You use you expend a Divine Sense. You pick up the usual light fiendish energy from behind you, from your companions, or companion. Sorry. And you focus in, and there is a faint trace of undead desecration. Faint. Directly in front of you, notably.
There's something a little weird about the manor in front of me.
Okay.
I think I can
Cat.
faintly detect undead.
You use your Detect Thoughts. You pick up a mind somewhere above you. Above and in the manor, notably. You sense a few below you in the manor space, and one to your right, outside the manor, on the other side of the wall.
Okay. What's the other? I mean, this is gonna be weird because I'm picking up the party's forts and these forts, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's gonna be can I try and get a rough idea of what the forts are?
Do you need to
I don't.
Have
I
line
can.
of sight?
No. Detect the presence and the surface thoughts of any creatures within range.
Okay. Which one do you wish to focus on first?
Is there a specifically louder thought I can home in on? I don't say
Doesn't
Romulus
seem
because
to
it'll probably
be.
be shouting.
It will probably be Romulus. I'll say, given your companions, they are screening it to a certain degree, so it's making it difficult.
Okay, alright, I'm gonna try and focus on the one above.
The one above? Okay.
Mm.
Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check, please. This will just be part of the general gauge here.
That is a 14.
14. Okay. You get a general gauge, kind of sat there for, or no, standing there for a moment, kind of focusing on this as best you can. You feel, well, you don't hear words necessarily. The surface thoughts seem to be that of a repeating name, Natalie, over and over.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly jump to the one to the right.
Okay. You hear the following surface thoughts of, it's raining today. Could be nicer weather. Maybe I'll visit town tomorrow. See if anyone else wants to play.
Okay. And can I focus on any of the ones below? I mean, they were more distant, weren't they, and closer together.
Go ahead
And I
and roll
have
an
got the party
intelligence
screaming
check. Yeah,
still.
go ahead and roll an intelligence check. And I'll also say roll me a d6. This will be a 1, 2, 3, or 4 moment. Natural 20. Okay. So I'll say you won't need to further roll for these, but I will obviously do a 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending on which one you focus in on.
4.
Actually, no. It's only 1 or 2. My apologies.
Okay.
So what was that?
So it's 4, so 2. At that point.
You hear the thoughts of, I hope everyone's okay. Haven't seen them in a while. I hope everyone's okay. And slightly repeating.
Okay, the other one?
And the other one, you feel, or you hear almost a muffled anger behind it. Why did this have to happen now? Of all times, it was going so well. Followed by almost a shooting pain.
Okay, now, for the party, what are you all thinking?
Okay.
Because all I can hear is you lot, so
Alright,
obviously.
so, Romulus, what are you thinking at this current time as you see Damien beginning? Are you going to knock on the door, Damien?
I
Or are you just
am.
mentioning the
Yeah,
presence?
I am going to, but I'm. Yeah. I'll tell you what my thought in a second is.
Okay.
Damien's hair is so very gold. Do you think he colors it? I wonder.
Okay.
It's very
Lloyd.
shiny and soft. I wonder if I could turn it into a nice, into a nice coating for a little fur cap. I should really use those rat skins I've got left. I wonder if Damien will let me take some of his hair.
Alright, Lloyd, what are you currently thinking?
I hope we don't have to fight anything. Don't want to get hitting again.
Okay. Vinny?
Oh, we should have a way to help these people now. I just hope we're not too late.
Okay. Kay?
I need a sandwich.
just out of nowhere, a nod of confirmation. Yeah, okay.
Okay. And Damien?
Jeez. I guess
God,
I've got eyes staring at me now. I'm preparing, I guess, just in case something comes out of there. I don't like the sense of that in front of me.
And just as I get that,
God,
Hey.
I really hope Romulus doesn't try and steal my hair in the night.
Oh God! And just as he goes to, no, hang on a sec. To the right of us, there's someone. To the above us is someone. There's two people down in the basement. The thing is, the one above us and one of the ones in the basement are repeating themselves. Someone in the basement is angry about something, and the person to the right was talking about playing. So I've got a feeling the person to the right is gonna be the person we're looking for. The young girl.
Damien's literally just got his hand up, ready to knock with a gauntlet, and is paused. Like,
Something's
I'm gonna
definitely
look
wrong.
to the right. I'm gonna look to the right and see if I see
Right
anything.
inside?
Are you going around K or?
I mean, it should just work in 120 foot, right?
Yeah.
So if
You,
there's anything magical, I might be able to see anything over there. 'Cause
if it's behind total cover, you can't pick it up
with
with the
even
mana
with
sense.
the sense.
Yeah, total cover still protects. That's why going in the forest actually helps you.
Oh,
That's why you were just vaguely picking up hints of it within the manor itself.
okay. I didn't know if it would just go through stuff or not.
No,
'Cause
it's not it doesn't penetrate like total cover. It's just one of those you can sense magic in the area, but if it's behind total cover, it's protected.
I see.
Yeah, traditional things like thick stone and dirt, wood, flesh, and lead are obviously very good at that. But yeah, anyway.
Okay. So, I don't know what to expect when we come in here, but something is definitely off.
am I knocking then?
I don't think we should. Think-
Knock and
wait.
prepare? I mean, we can't just go busting in there.
But hold on. Didn't you say it sounded like the girl was outside?
No, inside, on the right.
Cat, you pick up another sense. This current time.
Okay.
As you pick up this one, you hear the general surface thoughts of, oh, I wish I could be doing more. I should be trying to help, and it cuts off as it moves out of range.
Whereabouts
it
was
come
that?
Upper house.
Upper house. So, in the upper house, there was someone else. They're wanting to do more, to help. That could be where our guy is. We need to
So, hold on, let me get this straight. From what you can sense, the girl, Christine, might be to the right.
I believe
there's-
so.
One person below?
There's two people below. One was actually formulating a sentence and angry about something. One was... I can't remember. My brain's gone dead. But
And then
he was
there's-
semi-repeating himself. And then the
Natalie.
person upstairs was repeating himself, saying Natalie.
Oh, and then
Continuously.
you think there was somebody,
And there was
probably
someone
Lenning.
further up.
Lenning
saying-
Hart above us, probably.
Quite possibly.
Okay.
I can only get surface thoughts, so I can't... I mean, I can delve deeper, but they're going to know I'm delving deeper.
Shall I still knock?
Maybe
I-
we should try the other house first.
I mean, we know that our target is... Not target, so, but the people we are looking for are in here.
Ah,
So, shall I
I
knock?
think we should try and speak to Lenning first. So knock and let's see if we can.
Let's do social first. Let's not go in...
Damien finally moves
No.
his
Plenty of
gauntlet
that.
forward and raps the door 3 times.
Just before you do that,
You all die.
you hear a voice to your right. Those of you with good perception, or I should say the entire party would. Hello? As you see a form leaning around the house, or the corner of the house, a kind of a parasol in her hand, looking around.
Hello?
You see, standing before you, to the corner, an otherwise short but well-dressed young human girl. Short blonde curls that seem to be held in place by small red ribbons, a parasol held over her head, as she otherwise kind of leans around.
She seems to be wearing kind of a long gown, light white frill, kind of lining in the cuffs and the skirt itself. She seems to have a small bag hanging from her side, but what looks to be a strap that's otherwise over her shoulder and held at her hip. And you can see as she otherwise leans around atop her head seems to be this kind of thin silver circlet with kind of a light blue quartz stud at the center of it. Kay, you pick up this as a magical signature, the circlet, and vaguely her.
Hi?
Hi, can I help? Are you looking for something?
Oh. Well,
We were hoping to speak to Lenning Hart, if he's here. What's your name? Sorry.
She kind of closes off for a moment. Go ahead and roll your perception check, or persuasion check, sorry.
Oh, Christ.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
Mm-hmm. She otherwise
It's
looks
a-
at you, kind of.
1.
Yeah, she takes as kind of a step back, kind of goes, and just kind of disappears off
hang on a
by the
sec.
side of the house.
Do you want to play?
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
We've
Yes.
got piano.
We're here for a play day.
Persuasion. Oh, yeah, I
Please,
think
my
that's a
daughter, she's
negative.
very sick.
No, it's not. That's a 17.
17. Okay. You otherwise run around. You round the corner, and you see that she's otherwise stopped. I'm kind of holding the parasol, and just turns around and goes, "You want to play?"
Sure. If my friends, while they all have a conversation with the adults, I mean, I'm up for playing.
She wanders closer a moment. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, we'll let
How
them
about
speak
hide
to
and
the
seek?
adults.
We can play
Uh,
inside.
Okay. Well, first let's make sure they get to who they are, and then we'll play while they talk.
I'll head in the back and tell the maid to meet you at the door.
Okay. Rightio. I'll see you at the front door.
Mhm.
Gonna go back
She-
round.
She runs around. You sense her presence. From this distance going around this side of the house, you'd also sense there's another presence inside of would gathering the. I'll say this is on the edge of your concentration because detect thoughts is what, 1 minute or 10 minutes?
1 minute. So.
Okay, I'll say on the last little bit of your detect thoughts here, you pick up a. Oh, I've got to prepare food for the master. I've got to make sure that everything's okay. Oh, I wish I could use some more staff right now.
Okay. Let's go round to the porch. I think there's a maid. Well, she's gone to go and get the maid, and from what I got, the maid is currently preparing food for the master and desperate for staff. Take that information as you wish. Apparently, I've now got a play date.
Okay.
Good work, by the way.
It's okay, though I'm very nervous. Last people that played.
Damien has still got his hand ready to wrap the door.
Okay.
Am I knocking then?
Remember, cat, if the other child wrongs you, strike hard and fast. You know, like you did on that rat that one time.
Romulus, I love you, but I'm never going to hurt anyone. And I didn't kill that rat.
You very much did.
Okay. Well, if you get into
Remember,
trouble,
we had a
remember
little
that one-
Viking funeral for it. After I scraped it off the wall.
Just tears
I
well up in the
remember
eyes a
because
little
it
bit.
was-
I didn't.
It had the same consistency as jam.
It
It's
wasn't
not a
me.
good jam, a poorly made jam. Have you ever seen what happens when you take a jelly and you drop it on the floor and the remains are almost jam-like, but still there's solid chunks?
Romulus,
Damien,
we're visitors!
Damien, you're knocking on the door.
I'm knocking on the door and then turning
Okay.
around sternly, just saying, Romulus, we're
Okay.
visitors! Remember your manners!
Okay.
Of course.
You knock on the door. A few moments later, you hear, "Doo, doo, doo," and you hear and the door swings open. Both of them swing open. Before you stands an otherwise bold and broad-shouldered female dwarven figure with a well-trimmed and short beard compared to their hair, which otherwise shows more of a delicate care of clips and medallions to it. They wear a simple black dress and with what looks to be a dark brown apron on their front. However, their current expression seems to be that of light irritation. You also all note she is vaguely transparent as she says, "New staff, finally! Get in the kitchen, we've got dinner to make. Also, you," pointing to Vinny, "I need you to clean the kitchen, now. You," points at UK, "you're doing the dishes, be very careful, I don't want you to have it. Don't drop anything, if you break anything, you're paying for it. You," points at Romulus, "you're laying the table. Get into the dining hall now and get
Are
things
you
prepared.
sure I can't cook?
No objections."
All right.
The only retort Kay gives is plates are precious.
Right, okay.
Who have I not said? Oh, yes. You, points at Damien, "you're doing the laundry. Get into the laundry room and get on with it. The garden can handle itself for today."
Laundry.
Oh, and you, points at Lloyd, you're on helping me with dinner. Come on." And she turns around and strides away.
Damien,
I guess
having just been Damien, having been basically invited into the house, starts leading Starlight into the house.
Oh God! I haven't
Okay.
been assigned a
Make
task.
me an
so
animal
I'm
handling
playing.
check. No, Christine otherwise stands slightly behind her, kind of smiling with a parasol to her side.
Okay.
Right, well, I guess.
Oh no,
doing
it's a natural one!
Yeah. You attempt to lead Starlight into the house and she stops, just huffs.
Starlight, are you okay?
All right. Could Starlight wait out here?
She
As a
kind of
lookout?
pulls away from the reins as best she can, just kind of takes a step back and begins to.
I don't think she wants to come in the house.
Okay, I'm gonna just tie her up.
There's a banister on the porch.
Yeah, but she's not gonna. Oh, on the porch. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna tie her up to the edge of the porch, and then I'll let you guys go in. I may follow in if needed. I'm gonna stay with Starlight.
Hurry up, you've got jobs to do.
Can't get in here, Damien. I'm dragging Damien in. We've got a job to do.
Okay. So, Kat, you watch as the rest of your party is dragged off to help.
Okay.
Have I tied up my horse?
I
Or
am
is my
petting
horse
the
just...
I am petting the horse before I go.
Enjoy
Maybe
your
I'm handling check.
employment.
Don't worry, Kay's got this.
Have a nice play date. Remember, go for the eyes.
Yeah, Kay's
Yeah,
got
Kay's
this.
fine. Yeah, you pet horse.
I'm the only one that didn't fail the animal handling tag. It's not my horse.
Exactly.
So, okay. So hide and seek.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to do the seeking first, or shall I? I mean, I know the house better, so it might be better if you do the seeking first.
Okay. First things first. What rooms are out of bounds? Are there rooms that are out of bounds?
Dad's room.
Which is? Because I don't know any of these rooms.
No. On the floor above this.
Okay.
It is the second door on your left. That's out of bounds. Oh, and his study as well. It's rather messy at the moment.
Oh, which one's that one?
That's the first on the left.
Okay, so first and second on left.
Yep. On second thoughts, just avoid the. No, that'll be too easy. Don't go into the guest room. That's the second on the right, round the corner. We've currently got a guest. He's not very well today, unfortunately. And yeah. Otherwise, not before entering. And if there's an answer, don't. If there's an answer, then it's probably not me.
Okay. Right. Okay. So just avoid them 3 rooms and we're okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Rightio. All right, then you go and hide and I will seek.
Okay.
Okay. I will count to how long? 30 seconds? 20 seconds?
10.
10. Okay. I'll count to 10. I'm going to shut the door and look at the door and count to 10.
Okay.
And I'm gonna see if I can listen out for the direction that she goes in.
Make a perception check, please. We'll get to the rest of you in a moment.
Oh God, I feel this is gonna go badly. It's 14 plus. Oh, it's perception, isn't it? So that'd be 12. 13. Sorry.
13. Yeah. You listen in. You can hear her footsteps as they get close. They round the corner, and from where she was previously standing, you guess she probably headed up the stairs.
Okay, right, interesting. She's gone upstairs. Right.
Okay. Let me give you guys a visual as to what you see currently.
Oh,
Oh, this is fun.
So, main hallway. And you've seen the stairs. There's a suit of armor, kind of the convenience crystals around the place, fresh lavender, seemingly a book left on the main countertop here that's otherwise left unattended. What looks to be a small hallway which the rest of you head through, with a staircase on your left, and what looks to be, for those of you who have headed in, a kitchen.
Funny place to leave the laundry.
Laundry? There's no laundry in here.
I'm doing the laundry.
No, I know. That's why I'm going to be separating the party up. So, Lloyd, you are helping with dinner along with the head maid, who seems to be notably still transparent to all of you, still going about her business. Who was cleaning the kitchen? That was Vinny.
Be Vinny.
That would be Vinny. You're cleaning the kitchen as you head in. You and Lloyd both notice. Oh, hold on. Where else would people be going? Anybody else need to go in the kitchen? No. Somebody else needs to.
Romulus
was cooking, wasn't he?
Cooking. He's going to help.
I'm really not on cooking. She
No,
said
he-
no.
he-
I'm on
she said
I'm
no.
on laying out the tables.
You're on
Silverware
silverware.
galore.
Yeah, you're on silverware at the moment. Okay. So, Romulus, you are led into the adjacent room here.
Mm-hmm.
As you are led into
my.
a glorious dining room. And you
Put a
are
lot-
set on
I feel like you
laying
put a
the
lot of
table.
effort into this, and I feel very bad that we're definitely going to ruin it.
We might not have to.
You might not have to. You'll be fine. Kay, you were on what duty?
I was on dishwashing duty because I
Okay.
made the retort about
uh,
plates being precious.
Yep.
Kay, you wanna swap duties with me?
Okay.
If you drop
I know
one
you wanna
plate,
cook.
if you drop one plate,
Yeah,
I
but
will
don't you
murder
like
you.
cooking?
I'm giving you
Oh God.
this remark. If you drop one plate, I will murder you.
Damien,
No
what were you
one
doing?
can stop me.
What were you
I
doing?
won't drop
Damien?
any plates.
Laundry.
Oh yes, laundry.
Also,
So
I can't
you are. So in
I
which case
eat
you are
everything
working
raw,
with the
fool.
wash basket.
Oh, the horrific sandwiches.
You are working with the wash basket, which means that you are to. Yep. Okay. So you are sent downstairs.
Ah.
That is on the bottom level here. I believe this should be the right lining up. Yep. As you are led into here, you can see it. The hallway heads down a little ways. Just getting my map right here. Opens up, and there is a chamber beyond where you can see there is an open. It opens up into a larger area. You are led down. You are led down here to otherwise complete your tasks, as each of you are handled independently. So, as the majority of you are brought into the kitchen, initially led in, Vinny, Damien, Kay, and Lloyd, you immediately get the smell of rotting food.
Ooh, smells good.
There is split open bags of grain that have gone green and mouldy, onions and celery that have turned very recently, cutting implements and boards that are caked with bits of mould, and just generally been left alone. The water looks slightly rancid on kind of a darker brown color. The dishes are covered in filth, and it generally looks horrible in here.
Question. What has Sebastian been stuck doing?
Oh, that's right. Oh, no. In which case, Sebastian gets the last job, which I wasn't going to do because it's raining today. He's going to tend the garden.
Oh,
So he's on weeding duty.
I
because-
like to imagine
Because
a
Cat's
plague
playing hide
knight
and seek. Yeah.
just bashing weeds with his mace,
No.
Paid enough for this.
wondering what the hell's happening.
Ah, a plague of weeds.
This
Whack,
plant has
whack,
got green fly. Must dispose of.
Sacred
Must
flame.
cleanse.
So, okay, so Cat, while you're playing hide and seek, I'll leave you there for now. So, you immediately move into this chamber and you immediately smell the immediate sense of this and the horridness as this head maid turns to you and go, all right, you over there, you're going to start prepping the meal, prepare whatever you can with what food you can find. You get working on the dishes, and you start working on that portion of the kitchen. Some of the sacks are split open and they need to be taken care of. You with me, and grabs Romulus by the horn and just kind of...
I raise
grabs
my
Romulus by
hand
the
real
hand
quick
and pulls
before
him.
she leaves.
What?
Can I make the food? I'm better with this kind of food than him.
No, you're doing dishes. She turns away.
I don't know how to cook.
You can't cook this food. It's all rotten.
So,
I know how to make. You know what? You quickly do the dishes. I will make the food.
We
I will
won't
make
tell them.
the
We won't
most
tell them.
amazing food you'll ever see.
Yeah, we won't tell them. We won't tell them. It's fine.
okay, Romulus, you are led away for a moment with Damien, as Damien is still with, as you are led into a rather grand and open dining area. What little light there is comes into the room, kind of the ghostly blue nature of the convenience crystal lighting portions of the room, as you see two beautiful cabinets filled with dishware and silverware. It looks immaculate, but dusty. You see the table is caked with a thin layer of dust. It hasn't been polished in a while, and the candelabra that sits in the center seems to be unpolished as well. Still not tarnished, as time doesn't seem to have caught onto it, but you can see that the area in here is very dusty. Otherwise, it would be a very elegant room. You note that the lavender in this room has still been replaced and seems to be keeping rather well, despite the rest of the dust caking in this room. All right, you make sure you lay the table, make sure you put a sheet over the top as to not scratch the surface. You'll find plates in there, cutlery in there. Get to laying the table. We've got everybody's going to need food. So make sure that you lay the table for all 6 today, okay?
Where are
Good.
the sheets?
They're in that one there, and she points to the leftmost cabinet.
Excellent.
And you're
will be
with
done.
me. And
Very
she
well.
and she wanders back through, taking you with Damien, as she takes you downstairs to where you see she leads you into a main area. You can hear the sound of moving from the nearby areas, sound like other people. As she leads into this main chamber, and goes, right, there's a pile of washing over that portion there, pointing beyond to this section here. There's a pile of washing in there. Make sure you take that out. Take the wash bowl and otherwise get rinsing. Make sure to scrub it off. And once you are done, bring it up to me and we'll hang it out when it's drier. Okay? Good. Pats
Very
you on
well.
the shoulder and heads back.
oh.
Before you go
That's
say
it.
something.
Mistress.
Name's Poppy. Go ahead.
Poppy. Have you been waiting for stuff for a while?
She pauses for a moment. Why do you ask? No, of course we have. What am I saying? Get on with your job while you're still here. We've got the staff now. She wanders off.
What
Interrupting
the
and cutting in.
is
So,
happening here?
who
I know exactly
Okay.
what's happening here.
are any of you doing anything in regards?
I,
What are you doing?
I am opening up the
I
cabinet,
want to have a
getting the sheet,
conversation with them.
laying the table. It must be perfect.
Romulus is laying the table. Vinny.
Okay, first of all, one question about the room we find ourselves in.
Uh-huh.
What is this?
What is what?
Tag didn't go through because tabletop crashed. There we go.
No?
Not that.
Oh, that is a beldam.
Who?
Belfry, sorry. Is it Belfry? The one where you get the platform that you can lift up to the next layer of the house.
Dumbwaiter, yeah.
Dumbwaiter.
Dumbwaiter, that's the one.
Yeah, Belfry's a bell.
Belfry is like a
Bell tower.
Yeah.
bell tower at the
Yeah.
top of the house.
Yeah, so it's a dumbwaiter, yeah.
And a beldam is a Pokemon.
Yes, okay, I was there part of the way.
Full
So,
door.
So Immediately upon entering, as soon as she leaves, I'm going to open this up and see what's inside.
You see inside there is what looks to be old silverware and very much rotted food, but it's still technically prepared, whatever it was.
Okay, I'm going to remove that so it's empty and then get to work on what I was told to do.
Okay, get to cleaning. Lloyd and Kay.
We switched jobs,
we
and I
switched
am making
jobs.
sure that I quickly make something absolutely fantastic with rotten food because Kay can do that.
Okay. Alrighty ho then.
I just have to make sure it's done before she gets here.
Mm-hmm. And Lloyd, are you going ahead and you
Yeah, I'll
doing your
start
chores?
cleaning the dishes. Yep.
The cleaning the dishes. Okay.
What the hell?
Damien.
I'm gonna I'm gonna open the chest that I assume has got clothes in it.
Yep. You pull it
And-
open.
Just
And
sort of have a look what condition it's in.
They are moth-ridden, eaten through, moldy, and smelly.
Damien's a good egg. He's immediately going to close it and proceed to go out of there and have a look for a door where he may have heard some movement.
Okay, so in terms of doors that you know and
Yep.
or can see, I will mark them because obviously with using tiles, that's a little bit hard to do.
Yep.
So we have a door here, 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 and here. is what you
Okay.
can see. Doors that the rest of the party can see. I tried to do my best by marking them with lanterns, so where you see lanterns, there's probably doorways.
Okay, right.
Just as a general note to help, there is not, however, a door on this side. It's here, into this section of the house. There is also a door right next to you there, Cat. There is a door here, and you do not know anything about obviously the top floor yet, or upper floors, I should say. So, let us begin by those who are doing their chores.
Yes.
So, Romulus, we shall start with you. As you are laying the table, what kind of check would you like to make? And give me a reason why. You're muted if that was not your intention, unless you've gone. You're back.
Sorry, I was gone for a sec. What's up?
That's fine. What kind of check would you like to make, and give me a reason why for laying the table?
Well, it's very simple. I am doing this in a rush, and I know pretty much what a fancy table is supposed to look like because I've been at fancy dinners before and have been taught basic manners and etiquette we've established. So I'm going to be doing this in a rush because obviously she seemed. I first of all I wanted to get a good job done, and also this lady seemed stressed, and also we're in a fucking haunted mansion. So I that's why I feel athletics is appropriate here because I'm leaping over the table, opening it up, quickly placing down each and every one of the cutlery in the perfect position. You know, after of course getting the sheet out and placing it over, which obviously I'm doing in a very impressive manner.
Yeah.
Very athletic. Any of this doing anything for you?
Yeah. No, go for it. Make me an athletics check then, please.
Excellent.
Okay.
There's part of me that kind of wants to rage for it, but that feels a bit wrong. Oh, that's only a 14.
14. You go into the cabinet. You take it open. You otherwise grab the sheet. You furl it into the air. You drape it over the top of the table itself. You go into the dishware cupboard. You pull it open. You grab some of the dishes and you fumble for a bit. You have a choice. You can either make a dexterity saving throw and attempt to catch them, or you can let them fall and smash, but successfully lay the table with the remaining dishes. So you can either guarantee a success at a cost, or you can take a chance at success.
I'm going to take a chance at success because I need to catch those. I need to catch them. I can't break anything. If anything breaks in here, Kay will kill me.
Okay. You
Obviously.
have advantage on this from danger sense, so go ahead and roll.
I was going to ask.
Yeah. You can see this coming as you see them beginning to topple.
No!
Okay, easily enough. You grab all of them, saving them all, holding them in place. Okay,
You're still got to be quick. Make me another athletics check, please, to lay the table nice and easily.
Ah.
Okay, going around the rest of the table, taking the dishes, place them around the outside of the table. You go in, grab the silverware, and you begin to lay it out nice and cleanly. You look at the table. You're happy with it.
Nice.
Laid well, laid in good time.
Okay.
You got time if you wanted to go and help somebody else, as you completed it in 3 checks.
Excellent. I am going into the kitchen. Move aside, Lloyd. This is a man's job.
Okay. Well, Kay and Vinny, or Kay and Lloyd, sorry, you two have switched places. So,
Indeed.
Kay, what would you like to do to make food?
Oh no.
Well, I am going to attempt this food alchemy, and I would also probably, most likely, be using acrobatics as my check
Okay.
because I need to get around the kitchen quickly to be able to get this done before she comes back.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an acrobatics check then, please.
Can I do something before all of this?
Go ahead. Hold the dice.
I'm just gonna keep rolling.
Okay. What would you like to do, Lloyd?
Can I use bless?
Oh, you're going to use bless for... Is it for ability checks as well? Okay, who are you
Wait,
blessing?
Let me check actually.
It's attack rolls and saving throws for bless, isn't
Is
it?
it?
It doesn't work on ability
Aw.
checks? No, so...
Yeah, attack
So-
rolls, fuck.
Okay.
So, alright.
Food.
9 plus
9 plus 6.
15. Okay. With deftness and speed, you dance around the room, grabbing a number of knives and what rotten food you can, tossing them on the nearby chopping boards, and quickly and deftly gathering your ingredients. You head over to the larder at the other side of the room, quickly swinging the door open, grabbing handfuls of garlic, rotten peaches, and what looks to be pieces of moldy pie. And you swing back through, tossing them in front of you. Your ingredients are prepared. What would you like to do?
Let's see. I got pie. I got
You got celery, onions,
celery,
garlic,
onions.
moldy peaches, moldy pie.
I'm making an undead stew.
All right, go ahead and make me. I'll say your choice of medicine, survival, or nature.
Medicine, survival, or nature. We're gonna go with medicine.
Okay, go ahead. Dr. K making undead
Dr.
food.
K.
Oh, what have we done?
Oh, that
Okay.
is 23.
Okay, 23. Taking the ingredients as best you can. You otherwise chop up what you can, making almost a light slop and fuzzy slaw of something on the chopping board. You take a nearby pot, tear it into it as you watch as Romulus bursts through the room as you chuck it all in the pot, turning the heat up and waiting for it to cook. But it's put on a nice simmer. You add some of the water. Looks nasty. Smells surprisingly not that bad.
Ah, yes. K is succeeding.
You place the bowls to one side in preparation for the oncoming serving. You are done with your job. Lloyd, during this time you will otherwise be cleaning the dishes. How would you wish to do this?
How would I wish to clean the dishes?
I'm happy to provide assistance to whoever
I'll say you'll be arriving after
ends up needing it. Just
yeah.
a heads up, since I'm in here now.
Yeah, you're arriving on the turn 3, so Lloyd has 2 turns before he might need assistance.
Oh, did I succeed on 2?
Very
Yes, so you can also
carefully.
subtract it. Okay, so sleight of hand then, please, Lloyd.
Do I have advantage because I'm doing it very carefully? Also, my game is frozen.
Splendid.
I will say.
You can see my hand moving, but okay, I'll restart.
I will say if you're being careful, you can take 2 turns to attempt a sleight of hand check. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You
Okay.
better be careful.
Okay. So gaining advantage, but
I
taking
don't want
extra,
my arm
extra
getting
time to do it.
bitten off.
Okay. So with advantage, that is a 18 plus / minus 1. So with that, you take the dishes, you carefully run them through the water, just running off the surface, taking what little bit of soap, it seems to still be in good shape,
pouring a soap to the top through the water, otherwise washing it off with a cloth. Looks clean, no longer dusty, very little mold. Take some of the cups, begin to do the same, putting them to one side. You note that you've gotten through about half your workload before you begin to hear footsteps coming from the stairwell nearby. You have Romulus's and Kay's help now. So, what would you like to try and do now? Are you just going to do a sleight of hand check again, or
I try and speed up the process by giving the plates to Romulus and Kay, because they seem to be doing better than me.
okay? So you step aside, letting Romulus and Kay take the stand here. I would like Romulus and Kay to both make me sleight of hand checks, please.
Can I aid
yes.
them
But I'm so good at.
I
by
will
like handing
say.
them the plates, making it?
I will say in this instance, you're stepping aside and giving it to the two
Okay.
people who can provide assistance, so they'll be taking the checks from here.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
Why did it just stay like that?
Sometimes it does. So
sometimes
totals for each.
I still got a-
21.
I still got a 10.
Okay.
Fuck me.
With your two rolls, despite the low roll, you work in tandem and in speed, but with carefulness to it as well. You end up taking it to the point where Romulus, you help kind of clean the dishes, work into it, and you know and remember that Kay is the one supposed to be doing the dishes, so you lay off. As Kay begins to finish the last few dishes, carefully and subtly, as Missy or Poppy enters the room, steps in, seeing Lloyd standing in front of the cooker. Vinny, you were cleaning during this time.
Yes, it was the split bags you wanted me to.
Yep. So how do you wish to go about cleaning them up?
Is there a broom?
Make me an investigation check.
It is a decomposed.
Brooms don't decompose that quickly. You got time.
I don't know how long this has been like this.
Yeah, it's true.
That's free.
Two.
There is no broom.
You look around for a broom. Doesn't seem to be one in the kitchen, no. You'll have to either improvise with something else or figure out another way to assist with this.
Do I have...
You're not gonna like my my solution if it gets to that point.
Okay. Well, I need something to sweep this stuff up with, and I don't have a broom, so I am going to take off my coat.
Okay.
Oh my god.
He's
Try and
resorted to it.
sweep as much of this into one big pile as possible at first.
Okay. In
Get it
which
all into
case, okay, I will say go ahead and make me your choice of, I'll say, perception, stealth, or athletics, depending on whether you're intending to make it look like it's not that bad, stealthing it so you're hiding a large portion of it, or if you're going to athletics it and brute force attempt to try and clean it.
Stealth, athletics, or perception? Did you say?
Yes.
So for like getting all the details, all the little crumbs.
Yeah, we're getting all the details, making sure there's nothing left behind, stealthing it to try and hide some of it so that it looks like it worked, or athletics to try and brute force it.
Okay, I'm gonna try and go for perception. So even though it's like probably noticeably in a pile for the most part, it's one definite pile with no spillage.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Perception at 19.
Okay, using your coat as best you can, you begin to scoop it into one large pile, kind of preparing it. You see Romulus burst into the kitchen, kind of frantically look around, move over, and begin starting doing dishes and quickly wiping them up. You see Kay's back to kind of finishing his dishes, and Lloyd's just kind of leaning to one side, pretending like he made the cooking, just kind of like, oh yeah, I did this.
Yep.
And as you kind of scoop it into a pile, okay. You've scooped it into a pile successfully. What would you like to do from here?
Are all the bags like split and broken?
Some of them are. Mostly they were like covered in fuzz and mold, and you've kind of pushed them all into one pile. The rest of the kitchen just looks generally dusty. Like the cleaning boards look pretty nasty. Some of the bowls that are nearby don't look great. And you do notice now that the door's open, a smell coming from the pantry.
Okie dokie.
Damien will be
How
getting to you in
big
just a
How
moment.
big is the
Yep.
pile, by the way? Could I attempt to like put one of the split bags over the top of it?
Yeah.
Like around the pile?
Yeah, that'll be doable. In an attempt to conceal or in an attempt to try and lift up large portions of it?
In an attempt to conceal.
Okay, so go
Just
ahead and
gambling
make
on the fact that this maid has more important things to do than investigate a bag that looks fine.
Go ahead and make me a stealth check then, please.
Okie dokie. Oh, and I'm going to put the other, like, intact bags around this one.
Okay.
Ooh, that's not going to be fantastic. That's an 18.
Okay. I will say you have a choice here. You can either succeed at the cost of using your coat, which will mean that your coat will be potentially obvious, but it will mean that it will be covered to an extent of it being covered and harder to notice, but it will be easy to see if the coat is removed. Or alternatively, you can call for one of your companions to help. This will draw them away from their station, however.
I'm going to leave the coat.
Okay, you leave your coat on the top.
Getting this coat
keeping it
back,
covered.
just so you're aware.
Okay.
Even if I
leave it
start a
covered.
fight on the way out.
Okay. Meanwhile, Lloyd, with your perception, you see outside doing the weeding. You see Sebastian swinging his mace, and you can see divine smites going off as he just swings it through the ground, tearing up weeds and just flailing around in the garden. It's working. He rolled really well.
Well,
He's
then.
gardening. Yeah, who knew? And finally, Damien, you are down in the main quarters. You were wandering away from your duty, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So where are you going?
The
I'm
only
going-
irresponsible one. So bad. Terrible. You have one
I
job.
am going to go to the right and go to this door first and knock on it politely.
Okay, you go to that room. You knock on it. There is no answer.
Okay, I'm going to go to the next door anti-clockwise and knock again.
Okay, you knock on this door, to which you hear a, "What is it?"
Can I attempt to impersonate Coffee? And say, have you seen the state of these clothes? They're all moth-ridden and tatty.
For the attempted impersonation, go ahead and make me a persuasion check. And I'm not going to give you disadvantage here. Because you attempted to do a bad but attempted accent.
Oh, that's a 17.
17.
Hang on, persuasion?
Persuasion, yes.
18.
18. You hear a, "Oh, all right, I'll come out and do it. Give me just a moment." There's a pause, and then the door is opened, to which you get a view of the interior. You see,
Oh no!
you see, lying on a bed, corpse and all, in what looks to be rotting flesh, a body. And in front of you, a ghostly form of this particular individual. A young but thin human male stands before you. He wears a set of well-kept and clean shirt, trousers, suit, and bow tie, pronouncing a proudness to his station of a butler here. His features are smooth and kept clean, including his otherwise completely bald and shaven head.
He does, however, give off an air of frustration as he walks to the door and opens it to you. Wait, you're not Poppy. What do you want? Why are you here?
I'm the new servant.
He looks you up and down. You don't look like much of a servant. Where's your uniform?
We haven't been
You should
given
be proud
uniforms.
to work here.
We've literally just arrived. We've just been put on duty.
Come to replace the others. He strides back in. You hear the sound of a wardrobe opening and a suit is thrust into your hand. It is moth-ridden and a little bit mouldy. There, put that on. You're going to come and help me with the dishes. Not the dishes, the laundry. And he grabs you by the padded armor and attempts to pull you away. Do you resist?
Nope, I'm going with him. He's the
Okay.
butler. I don't care that he seems to be very transparent and ghostly. I'm gonna help him.
Okay.
What is happening here?
Damien is not phased. He's just like, I'll accept this until we have trouble.
This is going perfectly.
Who are we doing this for, by the way?
I don't know. I don't know.
So, while this is all going on, you can hear the working machinations of everything around you, Cat. You count to 10, and you're left in an empty hallway.
Just to let you know, I can hear thunder.
IRL?
Yeah, IRL, I just heard a rumble of thunder.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Right, she's gone upstairs, I believe. I'm in a ghost house. I have no idea where everyone are. Please don't be any zombies or ghosts. Oh, there's ghosts anyway. Oh. Okay. Well, as soon as I get some answers, the better we get. I heard.
That's not how you try a dish. This is how you try a dish.
Well, it's good to see that they're doing alright. Alright. Where was it I heard? Oh, I forgot his name. Nope. It's gone.
The
I
guy
know.
we're looking for.
Yes,
Lenning?
that's the
Lenny.
one. But I was going with Stalin. I was like, it's not Stalin.
Stalin.
Yes,
Stalin.
don't. Moment. Okay, so
That is unfortunately a money lending service that we cannot mention because they don't sponsor us today.
So, I believe I heard him upstairs. Okay, I'm gonna go upstairs. Because, I mean, he's gonna have answers, I hope. And he was one of the
Okay.
familiar voices. So, I'm heading upstairs. Can I go get central to this hallway? And I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts again.
Okay. You head up the stairs and you immediately see the sight of a corpse lying in the center of the hallway. Lavender fresh, the light illuminating the area around you. And as a general note for where doors are, bink, bink, and that's all you can see within view at this moment. Oh no, you should in theory be able to see around this corner here. So you can see that there is a door here, and technically the dumbwaiter here. As you look down the corridor, you can see a body there, and you can see a form pacing backwards and forwards between these areas here. What looks to be a young maid. Short-cut, ginger-haired human girl with what looks to be ear piercings that are of two studs that are otherwise connected by a chain that hang between each other from otherwise line the side of her ear. Her features are gaunt and somewhat lanky, but she wears what looks to be a set of working trousers and shirt. With a simple gardening apron on her front, she seems nervous as she sees you walking kind of back and forth. She stops. Can I help? Are you looking for Christine?
We're playing hide and seek.
She kind of, I can't tell you that, where she is. It is her game, and she points upwards.
Okay.
She is also transparent, notably.
I'm just gonna sort of look at her body and thing. I think you've dropped something.
She looks down. There's a flash and a moment as you watch as her expression changes and warps slightly, as her body like shifts, almost becoming almost slightly spasming in place before she looks at you, and you can see and feel something. As your detect thoughts goes off, you snappingly hear, I need to tell her, 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 over and over again in an empowering way. Go ahead and make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, good God. Oh, okay. 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 Oh, that's 11.
Okay. You feel the presence beginning to overwhelm you and smudges any nearby other sources you'd be able to detect.
Okay. What's going on here?
You saying that out loud?
I'm kind of in a hushed tone, but yes. If I'm transfixed on her thoughts, then maybe I can get something.
Okay. She says nothing, still kind of lightly almost spasming in place in almost an anxious disbelief before looking at you, and you can hear in your head, through the detect thoughts, help me.
How? I'm gonna sort of like tap to my head, so like gesturing, I can hear you. How?
You watch as her eyes widen. Help. She'll be free before I say it.
She'll be free. Who's she?
You watch as she kind of nervously twitches and kind of begins to look at you, takes a few steps forward towards you. Do you do anything?
Hang on. Alright, so a 5 and 6, I step back.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You
Alright,
go.
I step back, only slightly, but I
Okay.
step back.
You step back, up or down the stairs, your choice.
It's probably. Well, I came up the stairs, so I'd probably step, like, my back legs go down maybe 1 or 2 steps.
Okay. So I'll put you there for now. Don't go.
Okay.
Please. And her hand kind of outstretches almost in emotion before she kind of pulls it back, and you can see a very scared nature to her.
Oh.
Heal her.
I'm gonna go over and give her a hug. She's scared, and Kat feels.
Okay.
She knows fear.
You go over and you give her a hug, half expecting to travel through her. You don't. Your arms almost soften to her, almost like hugging a pillow.
Okay.
As her body squeezes for a moment, go ahead and make me a persuasion check, please.
That is. Persuasion is. That is 18.
Okay. She looks back at you and smiles. Should I tell her? Should I tell Poppy? I mean, I can't, but should I?
You can tell me. You can think it to me. No one will
I
know.
admire her for her duty, for what she does. I need to tell her before she's gone.
Who?
Poppy.
What's Poppy
The
doing?
head maid.
What's happening with Poppy?
She pauses. I don't know. I get this feeling she'll be gone soon.
Okay. Poppy's a spirit just like you. You know this, right?
That's why I have to tell her.
Tell
I
her
have to.
what?
And your detect thoughts cuts off. form kind of quivers in place, still hugging you.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to have to bite the bullet with this one. I'm going to use my last detect thoughts.
Okay. You burn the third charge using detect thoughts.
Where's the lamb face?
Look, this one has
You're
got
not there.
too many holes in it.
Shh.
Oh, I'm not within range.
No, you're not.
I was just doing more dumb statements from the kitchen. Sorry.
So. Should I?
If you feel like you need to tell Poppy, tell Poppy. But is there any way we can help you? Is there anyone here
She
we
holds
can
out
help?
her hand.
I will follow the direction she's holding her hand. I mean, I think we're still hugging, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, she kind of takes a step back and kind of holds out her hand.
I shake her hand.
Okay. As you shake her hand clasps around yours tightly, almost in an aggressive manner. You initially kind of reflex a bit before realizing it's a bit more scaredness. She is attempting to lead you back downstairs. Do you go?
Yes.
Okay. You are led by her back through into this chamber, where you can hear stomping before you hear stepping into this room. Right then, what have you done in terms of work? Dinner's getting ready. Good to see, lad. You said you couldn't cook, but you're fine. She slaps you on the shoulder, Lloyd.
Yes,
Making
a job well done.
That hits your AC.
Uh,
You take 2 points of fire damage
fire damage.
as she slaps you on the shoulder.
It would be funny if she slapped you on the
Okay.
ass.
She looks around the rest of the room. What are you doing in here? You're supposed to be laying the table.
Already laid, Mum.
She stops for a
I
moment.
might have to go in a second. This lightning storm's getting close and it's actually affecting the internet.
Okay, that's fine. We'll be there in a moment. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's getting really close because that
Yeah.
really flickered badly, the audio. And it's,
Okay.
it's within a mile or two.
Okay, if you have to head off, that's fine. You can watch the rest of the last bit of it in the void. It won't be long.
Might have to.
Yeah, it won't be long off. Roll me a persuasion check, please, Romulus. As you have abandoned your stations, but you have completed your job.
All right. What do you say? Persuasion, was it?
Yes. See you later, Jamie.
Oh, I'm
Stay
not
safe.
good at that.
Yep.
I'm not good
Alright.
at persuasion.
Add you later.
See
Catch you
ya.
later.
Bye.
Ah. Oh shit.
Okay. She looks at you and goes, "Well, come on then. Let's see what work you've done." And she goes over and she grabs you by the shoulder. That also hits. Oh, she's doing well. And this is not half damage. It is not an admiration of well done. This is a concern. So you take 4 points of damage, of fire damage.
I dislike this.
As she leads you through into the other room, pushing past Vinny.
I'll
Who
gracefully
she?
step aside to the extent that I can.
Yep, who she nods to, noting the good work before heading into this room.
Oh,
Then she
Vinny
looks
baby.
over the table. Never mind, I take it back. Well done. You've done well. And she wanders back into the other room, leaving you in there, unless you wish to follow.
No, I don't want to get shouted at again. I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay.
No, I will. I'm. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually have a look at these lavender over here.
Okay.
They're
will
the
say-
only thing that seems fresh and new here.
Okay. Kay, she wanders up to you, kind of goes and looks over the dishes. Well done. They're all clean, all placed in size order as well. Well done. She gives
Plates
you
are precious.
She gives you she kind of gives you a pat on the shoulder.
Does
that
that
hit?
Does it hit?
It's a
my
22 to hit.
God. Why? Stop it.
She's doing well. There's a reason she's the head maid. All right, you take half damage. That's only 2 points of fire damage to you. Before she turns to you, Vinny. Well done. You've cleared out this place as well. If you wanted to do extra, there should be a mop inside the larder. There is a little bit of a spillage, but that's up to you.
Oh, I shall have this place shining like morning dew. And I'm
Good.
gonna go look
I'll
for
return in a bit. She
mop.
doesn't hit you, or she doesn't give you an admiration as you are taking on extra work. She did not take the damage yet.
Anyway, but
I did
Yep.
extra work.
I know you did, but she doesn't know that.
I didn't do any work.
This is true. As she leaves, Cat, you otherwise arrive. The rest of you kind of vaguely hear the sound of Cat moving out, kind of trotting down the hallway. As you hear outside this doorway, Lloyd and Kay, you hear this. Vinny and Romulus, you hear this. As you hear, Miss Poppy, I admire everything you've done. You've been my idol since I joined. And she squeezes your hand, Cat.
Okay.
That hits.
Ow. Why?
You take half damage, so you only take 3 points of cold damage.
Oh, come on.
We're being punished for being nice, damn it.
You're not having to fight him. I'm telling you that much. It could be a lot worse. To which you watch as she you watch as tears begin to well up, and she kind of clutches her chest. Thank you. And she disappears.
So helping them makes them go away.
And
Just-
you watch as her form.
Whose form?
One of the maids.
You just hear his cat slumps to the floor in absolute tears and a mess right now.
Okay.
In her
Ron-
head, she before
text thoughts
the text thoughts goes away, she hears Kay in his head. I wonder what spirit tastes like.
I wonder if I could turn this lavender into a nice jam.
So Romulus, you staying in there? And Vinny, are you moving at all to get a better line of sight on this? Same with Lloyd and Kay.
I
You
mean, it
moving at
depends.
all?
Did I hear
Yeah.
what happened?
You heard what was being said, yes.
Right. I'd probably go and like.
Cat's
At
not
least
being
snoop.
quiet about her crying either.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go out. I did my job, so she can't yell at me. So
can I nip in and grab the mop and then come out holding that?
Okay. I'll say you're there leaning around the corner, and I'll say, Kay, you've kind of moved into a better position behind Lloyd here. As this is all going on, each of you standing in this place, you watch as the head maid kind of turns, looks, and then continues on her path down this way.
like nothing happened.
Like nothing happened. But all of you except for Cat watch as where she once stood, you watch as there's this light puff.
Nope. So, where you going? Sorry.
That's fine. You watch as there's this light puff in the motion as she disappears, before you watch as coalescing around Cat, you watch as this form of almost cloud-like matter appears around her. That was an advantage to hit you, Cat. That comes to a... given the really high roll, that's a 23 to hit.
yeah, no, that hits.
Okay. You take... Oh, no.
If you one-shot me, I'm gonna cry.
You take 14 points of force damage.
Holy crap!
As you watch as this large, almost cloud of dark blue essence wraps around Cat and shocks her with this burning force magic and mana burn. As it otherwise shoots across her form, the rest of you feel its presence as this happens. As you feel this sudden, just jerk disturbance in all that's going on. Kay, you realize what that flickering presence was before. And you suddenly sense it in a very strong, visceral, and honed section of this.
I am going at it. I'm going.
Okay. And that is where we're going to end our session tonight. So, as our group of individuals investigates a house, does some housework as they should, working that minimum paid job, and proceeding to free one of the house occupants, that is where we will end. So thank you for watching, hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll be back next time when the party will be doing more housework. Bye-bye.